Yeah, hello, goodies. Welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing today?
Hold on. I don't think you can hear me. Mahogany.
Guys, you're on ear.
My mom says, my mom's here. Hold on. Let me turn my camera on.
Hey.
Wait, mom, where you at? Okay, she left. All right, never mind.
It's Jab.
I will
Okay.
be back.
Guys, I was saying that
Okay.
we're on. We're on.
Okay.
This is exactly how I thought this would go. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Jill.
guys.
What's up? What's up? How you doing? Hi,
Hold on.
Chad. How is everyone
I
doing
gotta
today?
pull you. I gotta pull you up real quick. That's what I
Konnichiwa,
forgot.
ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. I have two beautiful ladies with me today. One of them is still not ready,
No, not at all.
but one
Story of my life, bro.
but one is definitely ready. Okay, Maho, why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, oh, well, I'm Maho for you, and I don't know what to say, but I'm living in Japan with Ja, and we have been living here for 4 years now?
I've been living here for almost 3 years. I don't know about 4 years. Goody.
Didn't you get here before
Jeez.
me?
Who got here before you? Me?
Oh, I
Nah.
got here before you.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. That's
Never
crazy.
mind. It's 4 years. It was 4 years for me, April the 14th.
Yeah,
So
because
that
you
was
came here like in April. I came here in the summertime. Yeah. Hey, Chanel,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome. Ayo, pretty maiden
So I
ladies.
hope we can answer you
Millennium
guys
ladies, yeah.
questions. Anything you want to ask us, like please feel free to ask us many
Don't
questions
ask
as
me
you.
anything. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk. No, I'm kidding.
Access all the tea, guys. Today we're spilling all the tea. Yes, Black
All
Girls
right, be
Tea.
right
I
back. I'm
love this
almost
stream
done.
already. Hey, you're about to hear all the stream. All the tea. God. Oh
Yes.
God. Even if we get to talk about my trip in Tokyo. God damn. Oh God, yeah, that's gonna be same. The title is everything. Hey, we spill the tea
Yes.
respectfully here.
Black Girls Tea.
Yes. Okay, so and the one who is not ready, Midori, will introduce herself later. Oh gosh, you know what I should have done? Shit. How am I? Uh,
Yeah, because this is my first time ever doing anything like this, so I'm just kind of like, yay!
yeah. She's like,
It's all fun for me.
okay, here's Midori. Okay, Midori. You can go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, she looks so cute. Did you go and change? You already look beautiful already. Now she's just like, I'm gonna come even prettier. Watch.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm just here.
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, 안녕하세요. Midori Inumida. That's so hilarious. My name is Japanese and I'm speaking Korean.
Yo, we love to see it.
We bilingual out here.
Trilingual.
Bring it on.
You should introduce yourself in Japanese too, Maho.
Oh my gosh.
And Chanel just said, damn, y'all are so pretty. Look at them. They're like, oh, you guys are so cute.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chanel.
マホです。日本で4年間くらいそれにます。
Okay.
今日は楽しい。
Good job. Yo, I'm so proud of her.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of her. Nice.
We speak in other languages. Look
yes.
At us.
Okay, let me also introduce myself too. Okay.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
You gotta do it in Japanese now. Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Mikeda. Oh, go. Konnichiwa, watashi wa Ja desu. Hi. Hi. Watashi wa Ja desu. 3年ぐらい日本に住んでいます。今日はすごく楽しいだと思います。皆さん、 頼もうよ。はい、どうぞよろしくお願いします。はい、ありがと
はい。
う。So, you know.
Konpeki!
Yeah,
Yay,
Konpeki. Yeah,
Yeah.
just casually dox myself. Yeah, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Y'all
Nice.
way better Japanese than me, like way better Japanese.
Maho, you've been taking like classes and stuff. Shut
Yeah,
the front door.
Exactly. And I learned Japanese for
Let me
3
see my
years.
face. Bitch, don't mean I don't suck. Look
Nah,
at my face.
you can't
I know
compare
you
yourself.
suck.
Do not compare yourself to me. I literally went to school, dude. Don't do that. You were doing so fucking amazing. Like, what?
You're
Oh
doing
no,
so well.
Michaela, I went to school and taught Japanese too.
For 3
I
years?
didn't take it seriously. It wasn't my major.
Well,
But-
exactly.
See, I didn't go to no school. So
you say you
you're
just-
better than me.
You just like, I'm just picking it up as I go along.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did when I went to Japan, but like the first time I went to Japan, I was speaking Korean,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I went to Korea, I was speaking Japanese. So it was a bad time. So you have to focus on one language
At a time,
and
yeah.
stick with it.
That's
'Cause I
so
can't.
cool though. I can't speak. I only know like in Korean is 사랑해, 사랑해.
사랑해,
사랑해. You see, I can't even do it right. 사랑해, 사랑해. Oh, and 오빠.
Oh my God.
사랑해, 사랑해. That's all the fuck I know, man. Yo.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
god.
That's like the cringe Korean too.
Yeah,
It's like,
I only
안녕하세요.
yo guys, I only know cringe. I only know cringe
That's all I know.
Korean. I remember back in university, I have a Korean friend, and like he looks like a K-pop star. He could actually be one. And I tell you, the girls at my university went crazy for this boy. So what we had to do, because he became friends with my friend group, we had to like hide him away from girls. Like, I'm not joking when girls would actually chase this motherfucker. So
Heck yeah.
so one time
Especially since the whole Korean
it bursted. Yeah. So what happened one day, I was just chilling and I'm like, Oppa. And he looked at me, he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
like, bitch, what the fuck you just call me?
Yes, I did it. I did it in front of like people. I was like, Oppa, 사랑해. And he's like, I will kill you. It was so funny to see his reaction. He grabbed me and he's like, come here.
Come here. We need to talk.
We need to talk. He's like, don't ever.
Well. I'm not gonna lie. The men in Korea are pretty hot.
They are. Oh wait, Masanro
Yeah.
said that's how I felt in reverse when I returned to the US and started using Japanese when trying to speak Spanish.
Oh,
That's
hell yeah. I'm still speaking Korean here in America. Like,
yo, exactly. Like
when I went into Starbucks and ordered my coffee in Korean, that lady looked at me like, bitch, if you don't tell me what you want in English, I'm gonna kick you out.
That's so fun. She's like, I will fuck you. The one thing I know,
it's too early for this.
you're right. The one thing I'm like worried about, like when I go to Jamaica, is one, I'm going to apologize too much. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, or sumimasen.
Yeah.
Or two, I'm going to be bowing. I bow for all the shit now.
I bow still.
I bow. I'm
Yep.
like, oh my God. Jamaica.
Going into the stores.
Jamaican people go and look at me like I'm literally crazy. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this bitch doing?
Like, can you fix her life?
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll be
We
like,
don't
oh,
speak that here.
konnichiwa. Be like, konnichiwa. They'd be like, bitch, if you don't stop, if you don't really stop, this is not
See,
the place.
the fact that like when you go back home, it feels like you're like a poser, kind of.
Yes.
Like, when you're speaking it.
Yes. It's like,
it
nah.
is like the craze here, you know.
Yes.
Everyone's watching anime.
Yeah.
And
So it's like, oh, you're
Japanese.
a poser. It's like, no, I've been living there for like
I
3
actually
plus.
live there.
Yeah.
Assholes.
So it's just a habit now. Don't worry. It'll go away after staying here for a while.
I'm hoping my mannerisms go away like in the next couple months. Because they're getting on my nerves.
How long have you
think about that?
Yeah.
Think about like reverse culture shock.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna let you know now.
Oh
it's
God.
like being over there for so long and then coming back, it was just like you get used to a lot of things overseas, and then coming back to America, it was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't
Yeah.
go to 7-Eleven at 3 o'clock in the morning now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like,
Maho and I were
I don't
talking
have,
about
I
that
have
shit.
to make sure everything is locked. I have to make
Yeah.
sure, like, hide my money in my boobs again. You know, like, there's so many things that I'm just like, yeah, I think I need to go
That's
back.
actually what
Yeah.
I'm worried about. Like, I'm worried that like my street smart or like my
Will
street
be
sense
gone.
has like deteriorated, and
Yeah.
I'm getting myself robbed when I
Yup.
get back home.
That's what I feel like too. I'm gonna get myself robbed because I'm the type of no, I know. I'm so scared. I'm
No,
gonna be
I'm
like,
like, I'ma
Mom,
get
watch
robbed.
me. I'm gonna be like, Mom, you gotta watch me. I'm gonna get robbed because I am so used to like leaving my bag on the passenger seat. Oh, look at the cuteness. Oh gosh, cute. Why are you giving us all this lovey-dovey right now at like 12 a.m. in the morning for us? The fuck? Oh God.
My bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, my Sandra said I never lost my bow even before I came back to Japan, and I had been out of Japan for 4 years. So they had gone to Japan before and they went back home and then come back here again. So, and they did not lose the bow even after 4 years of being back home. I'm just like, wow. Damn.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
weird.
thing, like, even going into like some stores and some stuff, like, if the store person says hello, I'm like, annyeonghaseyo, hi, okay, we're just gonna bow and
just act like I didn't just do that. Okay, bye.
especially when I went into the beauty supply, y'all, oh my god, these people like lost their shit because they're like, you know Korean? I was like, yeah, I lived over there. They're like, and it's so funny when you meet people over here who haven't gone to their motherland. Like, there's Koreans here who've never been to Korea.
Yeah.
Because they were born in the States. So it's like, the popular term that I always get is like, you're more Korean than I am. Because, like, I've been over there.
And
I'm
you
just
speak the language more probably,
like-
and the mannerisms.
oh heck yeah. My ex, he was half Korean, and I
Holy
understood
shit.
I can talk to his mother more than he could.
Oh
So,
God, wow.
yeah.
Kyoya just raided me. Thank you for the raid, Kyoya. Welcome, raiders. Welcome to the Black Girls Tea podcast where we're talking
raiding?
about, yeah. Let's go, hype. We out here talking about life in Japan and in Korea. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will be sure to answer them. Okay.
Yeah, so first question for both of you, since you guys are in Japan right now. What took you guys to Japan? Like, why Japan?
Okay. Maho, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay, so honestly, I knew I wanted to live abroad. So I had applied for 3 different jobs. I had applied for APIC, which will have you teaching English in Korea. I had applied for JET, which will have you teaching English in Japan. And I also had applied for the American Peace Corps. I somehow got into all 3. So, but because I had really already been to Japan and I had already liked the culture, when I got into JET, I was like, okay, bet, I'm going. So I chose Japan and I went and I came here. I can't really say, you know, I prefer anything other than Japan. I don't know, but I knew I wanted to live in Japan for a little bit longer. When I came here as an exchange student, I kind of was like on turbo, meaning like I was turned the entire time. So I kind of just
I love that. Oh my God, I got rated again. Izzy, baby, thank you so much. I love you.
That's why
thank you, Kyoya.
Thank
you guys.
Decided to come to Japan, I guess. No real reason behind it. Oh, besides my ex-boyfriend was living here, that probably played a lot in it.
Look at her
waiting
face.
waiting for
the admittance.
Okay.
Waiting for the admittance. Thank you guys so much for the
truth.
follows. I appreciate it as well. Welcome to the Black Girls Tea podcast, A Life in Japan. Welcome, guys. They're here from the VTuber Ball. It's where VTubers come together and do a collab and get art together. It's a way to just, do something really fun in the community. So they had their whole Ball, two of my friends. Thank you guys for the raids. I love
I
it.
love
Welcome,
it.
welcome. Okay, so we just heard why Maho came to Japan. Mostly it was because of her boyfriend. I'm joking.
Well, just put it out there.
Put it out
This
there.
is a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah, hold on. We got some questions coming in.
yeah,
But
we do.
let her finish
Oh, me
saying
now.
why did you choose Japan?
Okay, for me, I was initially introduced to Japan through anime, really. I didn't really understand when I was younger, but I think the first thing that I remember, like Japanese related, that I was like totally taken with was Spirited Away. I adored that movie as a child. When I saw it, that was the first time I've ever seen anything like different in culture, like the architecture, the way the people talked, or like just the story in general was so different, and I was so taken with that. I completely remember that, and I was like, I don't know where this is, but I want to see it for myself, like see this type of architecture for myself. And when I went to university and started studying Japanese, my Japanese teacher, she's the main reason I really, really wanted to go. When she was teaching Japanese, she taught about the culture as well. So she invited us to her house and gave us like Japanese parties. She cooked for us. She introduced us to the
Mhm.
music. We had Japan Day, and the more I learned about the culture, it's the more I'm like, I want to experience this for myself. And she was like, you should. And I won. Well, I came second in a speech contest, and I got a trip to Japan for a month. And when I went there for the month, I loved it. And that was when I was like, yeah, I need to come and really experience this for myself. And that's why I'm here. I had interest, and I was like, you know what? I experienced it once, and I'm like, yeah. I experienced the fun part because, guys, it was an all expense paid trip. I got a fucking
Mhm.
stipend. I got to go to Disneyland. I got to go to Kamakura, Asakusa. It was the best time of my life. So I think I
What
probably
you're not
only
gonna do is rub that in. All right, you're not gonna rub
Right?
that in. You know,
Right?
calm down.
So I think I only saw like the best parts of Japan in that
Yeah.
trip, and like living here now, I'm like, oh, it's not the best parts anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Midori, like, why did you choose Korea?
Yeah. Why did you choose Korea? Hey,
All
Kyoya.
right. I legit was an Asia nerd. So like I was
Yeah.
I'm a nerd completely. Like I love the history. I love learning
Mhm.
more about like their culture, every bit of Asia. It's not just one specific.
Mhm.
So when it came down to it, it was like I was trying to learn Mandarin. I was trying to learn Korean. I was trying to learn Japanese. Oh my gosh, I was all over the place. Vietnamese, I was all over the place. And then it just came down to like, okay, Korean is easier. Point blank period. It just came so much easier.
Mhm.
Um and when I did like 20, what was it? Mahogany 2017?
Yeah, 2017. You won the
Yeah, I
Peekaboo
turned
contest.
I like
yeah,
how
so
Maho knows your life story better than you. I love it.
I have horrible memory. Let me tell you. 2017, I did a trip to Japan. I did a month travel. So I did Japan and then I did Korea.
Mhm.
So I spent time in both and I just fell forward more on South Korea.
Mhm.
And it kind of was like you, where it was like, I'm doing the best shit, so
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
And then you
Like,
you're like,
ooh,
this ain't it.
bitch, back up. I didn't
This is
expect
just
all of this
not
fuckery.
it.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But that's why I try, like, I got so many people asking me, like, you know, like my side of things, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's so much better to just stay as a tourist.
Yes,
But
I
as far
tell
as
people all
working
this
and living over there,
It's like,
it is
ooh.
not the
Yeah,
same.
so you know
That's what I be
that
telling
be the
people.
next question.
Oh.
What is it like to work abroad? Okay.
Yo, okay, once
Let's get
before
into
we go there, Panda Man was saying it was Princess Momonoke for me that got him interested in Japan.
Princess
Princess
Mononoke.
Mononoke.
Yeah.
Yay!
That's my
The whole collection of Miyazaki got
Oh,
me into Japan for
it was-
sure.
oh
For
my god.
sure.
Genius work.
Yes.
Studio
I don't
Ghibli.
know a person who's not a fan of Miyazaki, and if you're
Yeah.
not, just get off this
Just
live. 'cause
leave.
we don't
Yeah.
want you
Exit
here.
stage
Because
left.
if you say you watch anime and you've never watched at least one of his work,
Miyazaki.
one, You haven't watched one? I'm like, you haven't seen the shit yet. You have not seen the shit yet.
Then you're not really about that life.
You
Okay, they ain't about that life.
You ain't
They
about
have
that
no
life.
business.
You oppose.
For real.
You
They're not
oppose
even
that.
posing at that point. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
That's
They don't even
when my
care about
nerd
the
glasses
community.
come on, man. I'd be like, well, actually, all right, like you gotta watch at least one film. And,
Oh, at least what? Yo, Midori, I love them
Disney's
glasses.
delivery service is like the shit. Okay, let's go.
Yo, that's true. Oh gosh.
Pissing me off. But like, okay, so Moho, do you want me to do Tez's question first?
You can do Taz question. I mean, whatever. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Taz is my big brother. When I
Uh,
had shared the link, he thought it was so funny we was doing this.
all right, Jill. We'll be here
Here we
when you
go.
come back. Okay.
What do you like
So-
most about the Japanese culture and society?
Ah, okay,
So-
okay.
Who wants to go first on this?
Okay, I'll
How
go.
about John? How about you take this one
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay.
She was in Japan longest.
Was I? Probably like
no,
a
it's
month.
me.
Yeah, because
Really?
yeah, she was here
Yes.
for 4 years. Yeah, she came before
I've
me.
been here. Technically, it was 5 years because I did my
5
study
years.
abroad.
Yeah,
too.
she did her study
Yeah.
abroad here. Yeah, so
Okay,
it's like
Moho,
longer.
You might as well be a fucking citizen. Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
At this point, the thing I like about Japanese culture, I like oh gosh, okay. This is okay. About the society, I'm just like, oh, let me think. Okay, about the society, I really do like their customer service. I will say this I will die in this. Japanese customer service is 100% top tier. Like, you will probably never get customer service as well as you'll get in Japan. I swear, because they're taught to treat the customer like God. Like, they really are. Like, sometimes it's actually to a very creepy extent. Like, baby, like, I need you to calm the
Excuse me.
fuck down.
Like,
Like,
square.
yes. Yo, one of my students did that to me. They're like, "Ooh, don't touch me there. This is
Yeah,
my no-no."
this is
I was
my
like,
no-no square.
I was
No,
like-
that is my shit.
I was so confused when my student did that. I was like, "Bitch, what you saying? I didn't touch you." I was like, "I will fight you." Oh,
No,
but yeah,
you're right though.
yeah,
The customer service is like God tier, and
It
in Korea,
is.
it's more about your status. If you
Yeah.
get that kind
in
of
Japan,
treatment.
it's everybody. Once you're a customer,
Everybody.
once you're a customer, you're basically God. I remember,
Yeah.
like, people going out of their way to serve me. Obviously, you're going to have bad apples. I'm not saying every
Oh, heck
single
yeah.
person in customer service is going to be like that, because they're racist people and shit like that. But
Mhm.
usually, the customer service is something I will miss about Japan, because
Mm.
most
Ooh, yeah.
people don't go out of their way like this in the Western society, especially in Jamaica. Bitches ain't going out of their way like that, honestly.
No.
They ain't. I gotta be fighting bitches like, please, bitch, serve me. God damn.
That is one thing I will say. The reverse made me
Like pissed.
pissed off because
Yeah.
like my first time ordering Uber here, motherfucker stole my food. Like that never happens overseas.
Thank you so
You
much
get
for the
what you
follow,
deliver.
Shro. Winters. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Like yes, I ordered Taco Bell because I
Uh-huh.
was like, yay, I finally get Taco Bell. I was like living my American life right now. And this one legit said he delivered it and didn't deliver it.
Oh
So
my
stole
God.
fucking food. I was like, I want to go back.
Fighting.
Sign me up. Like, take me. I'm over
I'd have
it.
been
Over it.
I would have been pissed
This
too.
never would have happened overseas.
It really wouldn't have. Never.
No.
Never.
Because if you
Never had
call
anything
and
bad
you
happen.
said that
His
shit,
ass and he would have went to jail for stealing your Taco Bell here.
Yeah. you know what they would have probably done? They would have brought you like a whole new Taco Bell and apologized and given you a gift. Not even joking about giving you a gift in apology.
About giving me a gift.
Yeah,
Like,
they would give you a
girl.
gift. I've actually had that happen. Like my car company inconvenienced me a little but guys, it wasn't even a little. They didn't realize that my lease wasn't coming, like my car payment wasn't coming out, and I got 99,000 yen in debt. It was I was like, y'all motherfuckers really didn't realize y'all wasn't taking out my fucking car payment. the fuck? But at the end of the day, they were so apologetic. They kept bowing to me. They gave me gifts. They're like, we're so sorry. Best believe if this was
Yeah.
Jamaica, they'd be mad at me. They're like, why the fuck you won't pay the fucking
Right.
bill? Like, it's your fault. Like, bitch,
Well,
it's
but
supposed
no,
to be
in, like,
automatic.
go in Western countries though, they would have cut your shit off.
Oh, that's
like,
true.
within a month.
They
You
would've-
would have known your shit
Shit,
wasn't getting paid. Like,
That's
here though,
true.
I think that's a problem. Like, they
Yeah.
don't let you know, and then before you know, you get this big ass bill, and they like, oh my
Oh my
god,
God,
please
say
pay me
sorry.
this. And you're like,
So it's like, it has its pros and cons right there. It has its pros and cons.
Oh,
They
heck yeah.
they knew they were wrong, and they did tell me that I could pay it off in like installments, but I'm like, bitch, ain't nobody doing that. I'm not gonna pay it off in installments. That's gonna take too long. I'm like, nah, I can't.
yeah.
We ain't about that. We're
Oh.
over it.
I have another
Alright.
question. Where should I put the question?
Is it on your stream?
Yeah, it's on my screen.
There you go. I got you. From one and only.
Yeah,
I
from
got
one and
you.
only. Oh, you got me, girl. All right, got you. One, we got your question. You good.
Boom.
But yeah, that's the part of Japanese culture and society that I really do enjoy. And I also, okay, I enjoyed food. I'm not gonna lie. I love Japanese food. I swear. When I was in Jamaica,
The
I lost a ton of fucking weight. Like, I lost so much weight, right? I was actually a little too skinny. Like, my friends didn't tell me this, but like when I gained back weight, they're like, oh, that's better. You were a little too skinny. I'm like, y'all couldn't just tell me that y'all thought I was skinny. Y'all waited until I gained back the weight to be like, yeah, you know, I thought you were just like,
I actually, at this point, I fucking hate Japanese food. I'm tired of the shit.
really? I
Like,
talk your
still
shit,
love
Mo.
it.
Fuck your shit, Mo.
Talk
I'm
your
tired of
truth,
this
baby. Talk
If
your
somebody
truth,
hand me
baby.
some more uncooked fish or a fish with a face on it, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking jump off the bridge. I'm gonna die. I'm tired of natto. I'm tired of them trying to.
Oh
It's
yeah,
good
no,
for your
fuck
gut.
natto.
Yeah, it's good for your
Fuck
gut,
natto.
and it smells
Nah.
like a fucking athlete foot. Like,
Nah,
that's
that's
what it
one
smell
thing.
Like, that's what it tastes like. I'm
That's
tired of
one
this
thing.
shit.
That's one thing Maho and I are united in. Fuck natto. Fuck that shit. That shit is nasty. It is gross. It smells bad and it
tired of that
doesn't
shit.
taste good. Tired of that shit. The
I'm
school
tired
keep
of it.
no, the school keeps trying to make us eat it. So I'm like, bitch, I said no. I will not eat fucking natto. Masandra, shut the fuck up, but you love natto. What the? Bye. Get the fuck up.
I'm tired of this bullshit.
It's awful, man. It's disgusting. But I will not stand with Maho with the whole sushi slander. I love me some fucking sushi. Give me that shit
I'm
all the time.
tired of the shit.
I'm
tired
not.
of it.
I love
like,
it.
Okay, so after
Midori.
all this time, when I first came here the first time, I would be like, oh my god, I love Japanese food. I miss Japanese food. And da 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 da. Now I'm just kind of like,
I'm tired of it. Well, I
Yeah.
can see people getting tired of it if you've been having it for
Comment
like
says,
years.
Natto,
they don't
Natto
believe
get
in
your Super
seasoning here.
Saiyan.
Like, the shit don't have no flavor. Like, yeah, sushi cool, but I'm tired of soy sauce
Mo.
and mirin being the only two fucking sauces that they put in shit. I'm tired of it.
No, it gets you. Apparently, some.
If you like me, if you like what I'm saying, send me some pepper.
I'm tired of Maho. Maho is like,
you
I'm
go.
gonna be 100%
Look
with
at that.
y'all. Send me
I know
some
it got me Super
fucking.
Saiyan. Yes, it got me. I'm
That gets you Super Saiyan. No.
Maho is
tired
like,
of
if
this
y'all
shit.
really like me, send me some spices. Like I'm dying over here,
For real,
please.
you fucking me. Send me some lemon pepper. I'll be so
Get
grateful.
it? Yo, I will say that when Maho came and visited me in Korea, she
Uh-huh.
like was upset of how like I can get a lot more stuff than y'all can get in Japan.
Yeah.
It's
No,
depressing.
McDonald's in Korea.
Now that she's licking her fucking fingers on the street.
Wait.
Like, the food is so good. Like, I traveled quite a bit,
Oh.
and I want to say the best place I ever got food from was Thailand. Like, that shit.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell
Mm.
yeah!
Honestly, I'm so
That-
fucking mad, guys. What's it called? COVID came and ruined all my travel
yeah.
plans.
Oh yeah! I legit had tickets booked to Thailand.
COVID came and
And
said,
that
"Bitch,
shit
you ain't
hit,
going
and
nowhere."
Korea's like, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
Natto
it was
is
like
love. Natto is life. Who wrote that shit?
Masandro just out here. Masandro out here just putting slander in the
He
chat.
want all the smoke because I'm ready to give it to him too. Like, I'm ready to pull up. I'm gonna pull up real hard and put some
Flame
mustard
else. Oh,
in
you
your
need some
natto too.
seasoning?
I like it.
Yeah, Flame,
No.
she needs some seasoning. Send my baby some seasoning, okay?
It's not
She's
slander when it's
struggling.
true. You know what, Miss Sandra? I'll give you all my fucking natto. As long as I don't gotta eat it, you can eat all the
Give him
natto.
all the fucking mustard in it since he liked it so much. How about that?
Ew, mustard. The fuck?
Yes, they put mustard in this shit.
Let me see. One
Okay,
and
so
only.
as far as Japan and Korea, what are no-nos that you learned when and while you were there?
Oh.
No, don't.
Natto is
for
horrible
sure.
one. Natto is
Do
horrible.
not go to Korea and saying the like little phrases that you learn from K dramas. There is no
Don't
such
be-
a thing. Don't be that person, okay? Because I know a lot of people might use like anime as like their ground of learning. Which
Yeah,
not
don't
gonna
do that
lie,
in
that's how
Japan
I
either.
picked up-
No,
Exactly, right?
don't do that shit.
But
That's
come to
cringe.
Korea
That's
and to
cringe.
think like, you know, you're gonna find your oppa and you're gonna live happily ever.
And you're
No.
gonna be
Hold on. Let me. Where's my effects? No. Okay. No. Don't come here on that. I'm letting you know now. Alright. It's like you're not like I know some chick. She asked me like, have you gone out in the rain to see if a guy would give you an umbrella? I'm like, no. I'm not getting my hair wet.
Wait,
I'm not
what?
gonna get wet.
What did you say?
'Cause, you
Like
know, in
go
the
out in the
K-dramas-
rain and see if you go and get
Yeah.
a guy. What the fuck does that
Yeah,
make any sense, babe? What?
Just because they watched a Korean drama where the girl was, you know, crying in the rain or standing outside in the rain, and like a guy came up and like, you know, did the whole
The
"I'll
umbrella
shelter you
thing?
with this umbrella.
Girl, does that make any sense though?
That
Like,
shit
nah,
does
that
not
was
happen.
that does not
It
happen, babe.
doesn't happen.
I'm
I
sorry.
will let you know the
I'll
harsh
come in the
truth.
rain.
Don't go to Korea. You know, like she said, 사랑해,
Mm-hmm.
oppa. No, that's I'm telling you now. That is the cringiest way for a Korean to tell you to fuck off. All right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's one thing I love about Korea is that they are blunt. They
Yeah.
don't care. They will let you know.
That is
no,
not
we don't
Japan.
want foreigners. We
That
don't
ain't
want
Japan.
jobs.
That
It's
ain't
not
Japan.
Japan. And that's one thing that I like would compare the two. Like I'm just like
Yeah,
Japan. It like you said, no matter what, they're all about their hospitality and their
yeah.
customer service.
They're very passive aggressive. They're passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for Japan, what I say is a no-no is don't jump the line. And so like they love their lines here. So like if you see a line, just get your ass to the back of it and wait. And another thing is do not speak while you're on a train or a bus.
Mm-hmm,
Say it again for the
That's
people
a big
in the back.
no-no here.
Yeah, they're gonna look
Even
at you
if
like you crazy.
Japanese people doing it as a foreigner, if you do
Mhm.
it, however, it's like that much worse.
Yeah.
Cause like the stereotypes that they have about foreigners, I won't necessarily say black people, just foreigners in general.
Yeah.
General.
If
They just
they
put
see
y'all
you
up.
doing it, then it's kind of just like, oh, look at that noisy gaijin. Look at
Gaijin
that.
dane.
Look at the foreigners. Don't care about rules. They
Yeah,
don't respect our culture.
yeah.
So that's a big no-no. So if you
Don't be
ever
the
hear-
foreigner to give
do
them
not-
that type
do
of
not
say.
be that foreigner. Do not
Yeah.
get on, the train or the buses and whip out your phone and
Mhm.
have loud ass conversations. It's okay to have them. Just try to keep,
Your voice
indoor
down.
voices.
Yeah. That's one thing they always say: indoor voice, indoor voice.
Yeah.
So,
The one thing I would say about like when you come to Japan, do not expect people to love anime. Do not expect people to know
Same with
the anime.
Korea.
Like,
Same with Korea. They
if
don't.
you-
They don't do the K dramas like
Yeah,
we do over
yeah,
here.
they
They
don't-
don't do.
like let
Yeah.
me show you the example right now. Anime to Japanese people is cartoon to Westerners. After a certain while, you don't watch it anymore.
You grow the fuck out of it.
You grow out of it. Like, even though they're really good cartoons and whatever, but most people, they don't watch cartoons like that. So it's the same for Japanese people. It's just their cartoon. So if you like go to Japan and expect people to like, oh, don't you know this really cool anime? Like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
I'm like, boo. It's like they don't watch that shit.
You know,
Unless if you're teaching at a school, especially if it's an elementary school or a junior high
that's
school,
how you
probably not high
connect with your
school.
kids.
That's how you
Yeah.
connect. Because your kids will be like, oh, you watch it at school. But if you're trying to like go out, meet Japanese
Chill.
people, like
Yeah.
though, you're trying to get in the crowd. Don't be starting with anime. Bitches, they don't give a shit. They're gonna look at you like,
No,
oh,
same with K-pop.
well,
K-pop. Do
what?
not go to Korea thinking like everybody listens to BTS.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like, I don't know, like, Moho, if you've seen it on my Snap, like when I was going to the bars, any K-pop that they would play were like early 2000 K-pops, like back when Boa was like out here in these streets, like old school K-pop. Like they don't.
Yeah, I don't even
Like,
listen
yes,
to
they
K-pop
play
like
the new
that, so I
stuff,
wouldn't
but
know.
but that's the thing. Like, you know, I remember like going into like meeting some new Koreans, and they would be like, "Let me guess, you like BTS?" And I'm like, "I used to, not so much anymore."
They already
Like,
expect to like it. Yeah.
yeah, they automatically expect like, "Oh, that's why you came to Korea, because you liked K-pop or you
Yeah.
liked BTS."
And
I'm
you
just
think
like,
that's the it
no,
thing.
like, not at all. I'm back Girls' Generation and further. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, I love some Girl Generation. Girl
like,
code.
this I don't. BTS is cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm
Yeah.
just like,
It's not
I'm
like
not.
you're super into it
Fuck
like
the
that.
armies.
No,
What the fuck, Mom?
no.
Oh my god.
I am
So
not
I
a
would say
BTS
that.
fan.
No,
You
Not
heard
even
it
a
here
little bit.
first, guys. You've heard it here
you
first.
heard
Mahogany
it here.
is not
fucking
about that
first.
life. And Maho
It's-
is
I'm
not about
not.
it.
And I don't care. You can attack me, but I don't have a Twitter, so it doesn't matter.
She's gonna get all those.
She's like,
all those
I said it with my
fans.
chest, with my holy fucking chest. What you gonna do?
With
Nothing.
my whole fucking chest.
All these fans are gonna come for you.
They
Don't-
can't, and let them come. I don't have a Twitter, so what they gonna tweet me at?
Don't,
Nothing.
hey,
I don't
don't,
check my Facebook page.
yo,
Eh.
Army, don't come for me to come for my hoe. I'm just gonna tell you now. I'm gonna laugh at all of you because
Hey.
I'm like, I didn't say that.
Hey,
Don't come for
I
me.
didn't say that at all.
Don't come for me.
Good morning. Hi, Jaylene.
Hi.
So, new question here.
Mhm.
Boom. Oops, I totally just put in a whole script. That's hilarious. My
They're
bad.
gonna cancel Jai in her play. Don't cancel me for my hoe. I'm gonna just say this now, Army. I ain't say shit. Go for her. We ain't say shit. Midori and Jai ain't about
Look
it.
at John just throwing me underneath the bus.
What you mean throwing you underneath the bus? You said your shit. Don't be acting like I need to come. Bitch.
Nope, screw
Hey.
that, bitch. I'm laying you
Screw
down
you.
on the street. I'm driving the bus for you, okay?
Right. But she like, bitch, I'm gonna go, ha. I'm driving the fucking bus.
And
Like,
it's only because they got them crazy ass fans.
yeah, exactly. Why I ain't trying to get them crazy ass fans on my ass. What the fuck?
Not on me.
I
That's
got
bad publicity.
Twitter. They can blow me. Next question: how do you maintain your natural hair abroad?
Oh shit. Tirelessly. Oh god. Oh shit. Listen. First of all, I'm sorry. I'm just basically going into the answer, but guys, when I first came to Japan, I was still trying to figure out my hair routine. So I bought a whole bunch of shit that I don't use now. And then I found hair products that I like, but I had to ship all of that here. So basically, you'd go on Amazon, Google, you buy your shit, and you ship it here. You can't buy shit in Japan. There is this it's so depressing. There's this one girl that I know that has like this beauty store, but it's very, very small. Like you can only buy some braids because she's just starting out. But like there's nowhere in Japan like you can go and find to like buy shit for your hair, let alone do your hair. Listen, when you see those YouTubers go to like, oh, I'm gonna try out this Japanese, don't follow them. Don't do that to your hair. Don't do that. Unless it's a black person, do not let these Japanese people go into your hair to do it. They don't know. They don't know what they're doing. Your hair's gonna be fucked up. Do not listen to these YouTubers. They fucking up themselves. Don't follow them in their place. Don't be that person.
I will say that's another reason why I probably went with Korea. Maho can contest. It was way more
Catering
open
towards black hair.
Yeah, it's very catering towards black hair. So like there's plenty of places that you could go, especially near the military bases. They have plenty.
I got my hair braided in Korea by this bum ass girl who took about 4 hours to lay the fuck out.
Oh my god, that's so nice.
In Japan, it's just not gonna happen because it's about like 4 braiders who got the game on lock. And
Right.
they got it on lock because it's only 4 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're in Tokyo or Osaka. You come in like in the countryside, bitch, you ain't finding that shit. You better learn how
No.
to do your hair. That's another thing. If you're black and you're in Japan, you're gonna learn how to do your hair, sis. You're gonna learn that
Word.
shit. Cause
That's
I
probably
learned.
why I didn't pick the shit, because I got too much, all right?
Yeah, no,
Yo.
same. I did not think I would learn how to do my hair, but here I am now. People are like, oh my god, you did that. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I didn't know I could do that either. Hi, Amber. And Masandra is like, this is why I haven't cut my hair. I'm afraid that I'll come out of the shop with a bald head. You might, Masandra. I'm not even gonna lie. If you go to Japan, if you go into one of them barbershops, they're gonna look at your hair and
Yes,
be like,
babe, you can't.
what the fuck are you doing? And they shave
It's
off
that
your head.
spicy topic. You actually can't get a visa as a hairdresser in Japan. These Japanese women gatekeeping the fuck out of black hair.
Oh,
None of their services
shit.
even in English.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
So
Ooh,
it's
Yeah,
it's
that's the
spicy, but
thing.
it's
Like,
the truth.
that's fucked
that's the thing.
up.
There's a
Hi,
lot of
Deadpool.
islanders,
Welcome,
I would
welcome.
say, in Korea
Mhm.
that do the hair. And then, like, I know there was one shop where there was like 2 Korean girls that
Mhm.
they can braid their fucking life away. I was like, yo, I might come back to you, sis. But
Like,
then I also did one research, because I did 1 year on mainland, and then the other year I did on Jeju Island,
Yeah.
which is like Hawaii of Korea, whatever, if you guys don't know.
Mhm. I did not know
There
so
was
good.
one hairdresser. She's like, I learned something. Look at me teaching. All right.
Yeah, you were. I was like, I didn't know that.
I was to the point where I was tired of like doing like the safety styles or whatever. So I was like, I really want to get my pressed, my natural
Yeah.
hair pressed.
Mhm.
So I did do a bunch of research. I did find one Korean hairdresser. His name is Kevin. If you on that island, shout outs to him. He is so skilled. He is very known and comfortable with doing our hair.
Mhm.
I think he did some studies abroad, as far as in Canada,
Mhm.
to learn how to do our hair and everything.
Yeah.
It was so adorable. He had me
Laid edges.
pressed out
Oh,
here,
pray.
bruh.
That's.
everything.
Listen, I love it when there is someone from another culture that takes the time to learn black hair and actually like does it well. Because trust me, guys, it is very rare when you see that. And when I see those YouTube girls just saying, we're gonna try out this
We're
place
just gonna go here.
here,
No.
I'm just like,
I
stop.
honestly hate that shit.
I
because
hate
I
it.
think they're
I hate
making a
it.
joke about it,
And it's not
especially
funny.
like with black girls. Because first of all, why would you put that Japanese hairstylist in that position anyway? Because the thing is, they're gonna try, because they're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to turn somebody away. Goes back to the good customer service.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why are you finna let somebody play your hair? Like,
Yeah.
why are you finna do that? Like,
Yeah.
why
When I
are you
say
letting somebody play
Kevin,
your goddamn head?
Yeah.
he didn't do my hair the first time I went to him. He just like, I guess you can say, constellated or whatever. Like he just
like,
wanted to
figure it
see
out.
like the texture and see like what exactly, because he was like, oh, you have color in your hair. That means I can't use X, Y, and Z type of products. Like he like knew his shit. It made me so comfortable
Yeah.
having someone that wasn't black in my hair.
I'm not talking about a person who's knowledgeable, who has experience with doing black hair.
You're talking,
but
yeah.
go to some random ass hairdresser,
Yeah.
and then be like, I'm gonna try this new hairstyle.
And you always
That's also
know
a very fucked up position, because they have never somebody
See-
with her texture before, and then they're like
what
Even
to do.
their
Yeah.
version of thick hair is different from our thick hair.
Yes. And the thing about it is, those girls can't even use the excuse that, oh, I didn't know that they didn't know. Because once you walk in the store, the look that these people give you is like, what the fuck is this? Because
Yeah,
they've
are
never
you
seen it
lost?
before. Yeah, are you
I
lost?
have a friend, and she's Japanese, and she's a hairstylist, and I promise you, though I fuck with this woman a long way, I would never, ever let her touch my head.
Same. I know 2 Japanese hairstylists here, and I would never let them do my hair. Hey, Crazy, welcome. Hi, Raiders. There are 3 Rays. I love y'all so fucking much.
Hold on. Boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. Y'all can't see me dancing, but I'm dancing too. Boom, boom.
All right. That's why I legit I did the magic straight treatment. I did that, loved it. Bitch can go work out, and that's what I went to dance class right after getting my hair done.
Yeah.
And that shit was still slick.
Yo,
So
you know the
I
silk press
all
is
I
good when you can sweat out your head and it still be popping.
still
Shit.
like that, bruh. Like I was so culture shocked because
Hi, Geek.
here
Welcome, welcome.
you sweat a little bit
Hey,
and you
Crazy.
get the
Welcome.
puffiness, so you're
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm.
fuck, I just
Well,
wasted my money.
but hands
But
down,
Yeah.
there,
Korea has a
no,
better hair care experience for Black people.
I will
Yeah.
say
It's
that
more. It's
yes.
actually more Black people there who could do your hair. And I
True.
think there's way more knowledgeable people. But going back to like what was said, like yes, Japanese hairdressers who like have a niche with Black hair, they gatekeep that shit because like there is an African population over here, but you
It's
know
small.
they don't give visas for hairdressers or things like that.
Mhm.
So it's also because Japan high key, low key racist as fuck, and they don't want other people coming to Japan.
Not even
I'm sorry I
low
said
key,
it.
it's high key.
Not even look, it's high key. It's
Like, it's so
COVID really
funny.
Yeah, that's
turned
why the
that
borders still
around.
closed, y'all. Hey.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
And
it's
as foreign nationals, we can't really travel outside of the country because we might get,
banned.
get told we can't come back in.
Yeah.
But Japanese citizens, they can just go
They
and
can
leave
dip
whenever
out.
they please. Even
Yeah.
though I have a residence card,
They're gonna
that's
say
good
nah.
until like 2025. I
you
can't just go and sit if I
serious?
want, even though
Yeah,
I pay
it's
taxes.
so serious. So serious. It's so funny how Japan does their shit because one, Japan already have its population situation, like it's really bad. Like
Decreasing.
it's going down the dirt. I'm just like,
Yeah.
y'all motherfuckers really just putting yourselves in a ditch right now. Y'all
No,
don't
they
like.
really want to go back to the Meijing period and just close their borders up. That's what they want.
And honestly, they've been closing their borders since COVID started. They'd be like, "Oops, we closing our borders every other week." It's like, God damn.
And then we're gonna blame the 0.0000001% of foreigners who live here for the spread of COVID.
Oh my god,
Yeah, so.
guys, when COVID just started, Japanese people got crazy. Like, really, not even crazy. They were very outward with their racism. It's usually passive aggressive, but these bitches started having no foreigners allowed on their restaurant places. Literally saying, they even had on the news that you shouldn't talk to foreigners because you
Yeah.
don't have dinner or whatever with foreigners because you can catch COVID. I'm like, there is a higher percentage of people living in Japan. If I catch COVID, it's more than likely a Japanese person. What the fuck y'all saying? Y'all really out here just doing these outwardly
just-
fucking racist. It was wild, guys.
That's one thing
And
I
that
like.
came from like the
harped
Ministry of
on
Health,
learning.
who like recommended people should
Yeah.
eat with foreigners. That came from like the
Yeah.
Ministry of Health here in Japan.
Yeah.
Same in Korea. No,
Yeah.
same in Korea. That's why I strived to like learn. Like I can translate a lot better than I can speak fluently.
Yeah.
So like when I was looking at the news, it was just like, you guys are really propagating like
Yes.
staying away from me. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
No wonder. And like, of course, foreigners, if you don't know Korean,
Yes,
you
Amber,
just see the
yes.
news. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
So like, a lot of people didn't realize like,
what
they
was
low-key
actually being
blaming
happening.
us.
Yeah, a lot. And it's so funny because Japan is still really closed off. Like, if you don't live here and you're not in it,
yeah.
you won't know what is happening. Like, most people in the West or whatever don't know what Japanese people were saying unless you knew people that lived in Japan
I
at
don't know.
the
They
time.
talk shit all the time in Japanese, and then if you
They do.
counter back them,
Oh heck
they
yeah.
be like, "You
Eh?
speak Japanese."
I
yeah.
love that.
Buddy,
I
Yes.
love
we're not
doing
buddy,
that.
buddy, fuck you.
I love
hell
doing
yeah.
that. Like, excuse me? What? Oh my god. I remember we were going
Before
to the
I
club.
left, I learned cursing.
Oh my god. I remember I was in Tokyo couple months back and we went to the club or whatever, and there was this girl that said something about like busu or whatever. I looked at this girl, I was like, what the fuck you saying? Nani ga hanashite imasu? Busu dare? And this girl was shocked, and I was looking at her like, what? And like, there are two black guys there and they're like, oh no, she didn't mean that. I'm like, oh really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Really?
Like, they did not expect me to know because this girl already stopped answering and she's looking away. I'm like, bitch, don't even try to act
No,
you
keep
about
talking.
that left. Exactly. You didn't think I would answer you, and I'm like, I'm the confrontational type, bitch. Don't even play that with me. If you're not
That's definitely one thing I would recommend for
Sure.
people to do. Like, because I know so many like teachers that just went to Korea just for like the benefit of like, you know, saving money and all that. Like they didn't know anything about the culture. And I'm just like, for anybody who's wanting to go overseas, please learn the culture,
True.
learn the language for
Yes.
those times like this. Like
Yeah.
her example perfectly. That happens a lot in
It
Korea,
does.
Sometimes I feel
especially
like
when
ignorance
COVID
is
hit.
bliss. Because as another confrontational person, sometimes you not knowing kind of save your ass because you don't end
Yeah.
up beating somebody up and going to jail for whooping somebody ass.
True.
So, like,
True.
ignorance
So,
is bliss.
sometimes it depends on the type of
No.
confrontational person you are. Like, I'm not gonna fight somebody
Yeah.
like that, and that girl wasn't
I'm too
about to
I
like
throw
go.
hands, so
My-
I'm
throw
too
hands.
old.
And
Like I will shoot first and laugh later type shit. All right, like
no, I throw hands, and then I don't want to make the news and give the reputation of being like that angry foreigner who whooped somebody's ass.
and it's gonna be
So-
like, I'd be right behind Maho and be
it's
like,
nothing
yes,
better.
bitch,
Ignorance
what
is
you
bliss.
trying?
Like,
it is bliss, but it also like it pissed. I guess it would have hurt me even more if I didn't understand. Like the fact that I couldn't go get my nails done because I legit would make my appointments in Korean. And then when I show up and they see that I was a foreigner, they'd be like, "Oh, 안녕하세요, upso." And I'm just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh,
And it's
really?
like it's like those times like where it's like, if I didn't
well,
know
yeah, I
what you were
guess
saying in
that's what's up or
Korean,
whatever.
Yeah,
But
you
at
wouldn't
the
be
same
able
time,
to.
if I went somewhere and somebody did that to me, I wouldn't want to give them my money anyway. So I'd be like, you know what?
True.
Fuck you.
That was, but that's the thing. It was the fact that I'm walking to all of these nail shops and calling them on my walk to them to make the appointment, and they give me the appointment, and then I show up and you see I'm a foreigner, a black foreigner, probably didn't help the fact either, but a foreigner, and you're like, oh no, I don't Corona, no, sorry. That's when it pissed me off.
I have never experienced that, and I love getting my nails.
I'm not
and
lying.
eyelashes
Yeah.
Girl, I
Japan-
was
I have never experienced
struggling.
that. And
Yeah,
I literally
in-
just show up sometimes without an appointment, and they take my black ass.
And
As
that's
long as
one thing I
read the
can
menu
say.
and point to what I want, they'll take me.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
one-
had that experience here in
That's one
Japan.
thing I'd say in Japan. Even when COVID would happen and everything, when we were even I think Tottori City, I think we were in Maho where we found this really like nail place with Kelsey. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh yeah, they were really nice and accommodating. I even got like a whole foot thing done. They were so nice to us. Yeah, nah.
The only place I got
love that.
kicked out of, I think, was a snack bar.
Yeah, tell the story.
So I
Tell the
went to a
story.
snack bar with a bunch of friends of mine. If you don't know what a snack bar is, it's pretty much where like a woman is going to serve you your drinks and you're going to get some snacks.
Yeah.
And it's kind of on the shady side of things. There, I said it. So me and my friends were going to go to this snack bar, and when we walked in, the woman was like, "Oh, yeah, you guys are foreigners," like, and we were like, "Yeah," or whatever. She was like, "Do y'all live here?" And we were like, "Yeah, we do." So we like showed her a Zayu card, which is like our residence card, with our like our address on it. Already, that's too accommodating. And then so she's like, but I don't want foreigners in here because you guys are not trustworthy and y'all spread COVID.
Yep.
So like she straight up said that to us in Japanese. Like we understood this. This wasn't like it was a lack of communication. But I'm petty. So I went to my job the next day and I told my job what happened. And they're like, she can't discriminate against you. So then they called the city hall. And then the city hall called the prefecture, and then the prefecture got her details, and they went to her job and let her know that, like, that discrimination against foreigners will not be tolerated. So, and like, I think Japan, one of the things I don't know if many people use this resource, but they had, especially like in big cities where there was a lot of discrimination. And when I say discrimination, I'm not talking about people who look like you are white people. I'm talking about from, like, other East Asians. Like they haven't really bad to belittle people who come from like Thailand, Vietnam, those parts of Asia. They tend to like really belittle them and look down on them. So, and they also tend to do a lot of like low labor jobs, like work in factories. So they really treat those people very badly.
I tell people xenophobia is real there. It is real.
It is so real.
But anyway, short, the bitch made the news. She made the news.
She's like, long story short, she's on the news. She's known
Yeah,
for many
Yeah.
she
reasons.
had to, issue an apology for her bad behavior.
Oh, that's what she gets. That's what she gets.
Crazy.
Got him. Got him. That's what she get. Made
I don't
fucking
feel
national
bad.
news.
Like, I report people and tell them.
Yeah. I'm like, when I heard my whole story, I'm like, oh snap, got you. I'm gonna be reporting people. I'm like, you say one thing too much. I'm gonna report you for racism. I got you. I got y'all.
As
Try
you
me.
should.
Try
But that's
me.
the thing, like in Korea, it was just so. It's
Normalize.
it's normal. Like it's not. They don't get in trouble for putting the sign up like no foreigner allowed. And I do get both sides of it because there are a lot of ignorant military people. Hey, I'm a veteran. Don't come at me. But there's some ignorant, like, because there's a lot of young cats that go into the military right after high school and they get to travel for their first time away from home, and they're going out drinking, and they're creating a chaos out there in the foreign world. It makes us look bad. So there's a lot of places there that just legit will have a sign like no foreigners. Like I couldn't go to the gym, no foreigners.
You didn't go to the gym?
I went to Okinawa.
Girl.
I just went to Okinawa recently, and this white guy who has a Japanese wife, he literally kicked us out of his fucking store. And I guess he had some bad experience with the military people who live there. But he was just so hostile. And I was like, dude, why didn't you just put a sign like in your Google ratings saying that you don't want foreigners? Because you told us that you didn't want us in your store because we're not from Okinawa. But then like these Japanese boys who literally have like a whole rental ass sticker in their car just like us, you let them in. And then like it was just so I was just like, bro, I wrote him a mess. I left a review, and he like was like, fuck you. And I was like,
he said fuck you? He said fuck you?
Yeah, but he was like a really nasty man. So I was just honestly like not impressed anyway. His burger was so. So I was just like, whatever.
Can we speak on that? That people like just because you hook up with the people in that culture don't mean like
you are a part of that culture.
Like,
oh my god! Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it?
Yeah, like
can we talk about it? Like, just a PSA. If you marry a Japanese person, it does not make you Japanese. It also doesn't mean that you're actually accepted in Japanese culture. I need you to understand that, like, truly understand. You might be married in Japan. You might even have your Japanese residency. You still not accepted. They still don't accept you as one of their own. You need to understand that as a person. Like, it's sad to see, like, people who are married in Japan, like, acting like they Japanese. I'm like, you need to fucking stop. Because you're not Japanese and they don't accept you. Stop trying to bend and be like them to be accepted, because it's not going to happen.
It's not working.
Even if your wife loves you and you have your kids and whatever, that's beautiful, and the family might accept you, but at the end of the day, the society is not. And you need to understand that.
One of us.
That's the truth.
That's legit. I just commented on a YouTube video because they were like speaking on like foreigners' experiences, and they didn't have not one black person in the video.
That's
so
a
I went
reason.
in the comment section, and I was just like, "Yo, first off, you need to have." If you're gonna put foreigners on a video, put all forms of foreigners.
Yeah.
First off,
even Asian foreigners too, because they exist.
They exist. Asian foreigners. But you couldn't do like at least one or two?
I'm like, this is already a biased thing. It's not even credible at this point.
Exactly.
It's already
I went
biased.
in the comments and I'm like, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter how respectful I was to the Korean culture. It didn't matter how awesome my Korean accent was and how good I would try and, study the language and speak the language. It didn't matter. At the end of the day, they saw me as a foreigner. I was not them.
No matter how long you live in Japan.
While we're speaking on this, can we just also verify the fact that, like, okay, so, like, I don't know about Korea, but in Japan, it doesn't really matter. If you're a foreigner, you automatically just go into that other box. It don't matter whether you're white, Asian,
it doesn't matter. You're all just in one box.
That other box. So that's one thing. Like, racism here is more based on the fact that you're not Japanese.
It's not about color. It's not about color.
Like, so that's a very unique thing.
The only thing I want to add to that is that if you are a white foreigner, though, people will want you more, desire you more
Oh yeah.
sexually, though.
I
And
personally
and
don't know about that.
the reason I
because
say that is because they were more likely to want to have children with a white person than they
Yes.
want to
Yes.
have children with a black person. Not to say they'll more rather fucking a white person other than a black person. It's not really that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to
Mm-mm.
kids, I
Yeah.
do see the white. I do see the white hunting. I do see that white hunting.
yeah,
They
Oh,
really do.
I
Be.
you know,
mean,
I can't speak to that. Like my experience here in Japan was completely different. Like I experienced a high level of sexual,
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I do.
sexual, like just to the point to like it was like almost unbearable. And I was like, I came in with the idea that like
Nobody gonna want
they
you.
would value white women more
Yeah.
than they would value me. One thing I did, however, I learned if you are attractive,
Yeah.
just attractive, and that might attract a lot of wanted attention. I don't necessarily know whether it's because they're gonna fetishize you all around the board,
Yeah.
whether you
Yeah.
white or black. It's gonna be some
Yeah.
type of fetish
Yeah.
with that.
well,
know,
I will say in Korea we're more of an experience than anything as far as a black foreigner. Like you said, the fact that you're a foreigner, it doesn't matter the race. Like they want you because you're not what they're used to. But I will
Yeah.
say in Korea it felt more like they just wanted the experience to sleep with a black girl.
Yeah. It's not like
They
they wanted
only
to
want- they
settle
did-
down.
They
Yeah.
didn't want to bring you home to mom. Or
Yeah.
I think I had a couple friends who were like propositioned to be like a whole ass mistress out here.
Oh God.
Okay, like they know for a fact that they are not going to marry you.
Uh-huh.
They know for a fact that they're not about that whole life. And then they
Mhm.
also I think more on the Korean side that they're more they look for foreigners who are more willing to bend to their culture. So like in a sense, so when they get married or when you start dating, they start converting you into like this mold of how a woman
They
in Korea is
expect
supposed
like
to be.
a Japanese or a Korean woman to be.
But I think I don't know. You know, like I said, I had date like
I mean, there's
I was
boys
with
in every
Japanese-
race, every
Yeah.
I
country.
was with a Japanese guy for a very, very long time, and I was like literally like the first person he dated who wasn't Japanese. And sometimes I was just like, "What the fuck you dating me for?" Because I kind of just like I'm high key hella crazy, and I'm just kind of out
Hi,
there.
Mortian.
And this
What's
man
up?
was
What's up?
super
Welcome.
reserved,
Stop.
and I'm just like, huh.
Be at the Black
Yeah,
Girl Scene.
like
They're not
Welcome,
fans of
welcome.
get
horrors,
into
but they
the
still.
interesting. They're not
Yeah.
fan of foreign, but they still. Oh yeah, they like, and so like.
It's not more so of like white is right. It's more so
and
of
white is
the
right
fact
here.
of
Like, don't get that correct. White is right here.
White
Like,
is
that
right
is
here.
a fact. Like white is right here.
Okay.
Like they like.
It's
but
just
I never
more
felt like a white
profitable.
girl looked better than me. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I never
Yeah.
felt like a white woman
Yeah.
was older than me in any regards. Like when I
Yeah.
stepped on the scene, I was gonna take your man, okay, honey? And that was a fact.
That
It
is
was
my
like, that
whole,
man
like,
is mine.
motto,
You know,
unfortunately.
my white friends
it's
ask me how
hilarious.
I do it. Shit, because I always attract the ballers. I always got the motherfuckers.
No,
They like,
no.
"What the
She
fuck?"
does.
And I'm like,
She always have the.
I
She
know.
always gets the
Hold
men with the money,
Hold on.
like ready to just
Pause,
drop,
y'all.
like just
Pause.
drop money all over. And I'm like, bitch, what you doing?
Y'all.
Everybody else out here is just like,
You know
excuse
how
me.
you wanna know how bad my hoe is? This bitch came to Korea and fucking made a chaotic mess, okay?
What?
Let me tell you
What did you
when I
do?
say I just wanted to go out, have a good time. New Year's, right? No,
Yeah,
no, this
yeah.
bitch wants to hook up with this girl's dude. And
Oh,
then, hey, then she goes meet up with the girl and then make the dude pay for all they shit while they hanging out.
I
now,
swear.
Brittany, you got the story wrong. He tried to play me. He was on some other shit. So how you gonna introduce me to your whole ass Korean girl? I thought this bitch, and I did what I did, and we took his money. Well, I took his money, and we had a good night. I took all the money out this man's pocket, and he
And
ended up
just
paying
dip.
for all our shit.
Dip the fuck out. When I
My
say
hoe was like, I'ma get all your
Hustlers,
shit.
hustlers,
Asian
hustlers,
style, bro.
Oh
I
God.
lit-
Get
I
you
just
a
sat there in my
Nah.
fucking drink like I just wanted to
Guys.
dance.
Guys, this is my advice for you. Get you a friend like Maho, the one that attracts all the
Honestly.
fucking ballers. You be out here
Honestly.
stepping like, oh, hi, yeah. Ooh, I'm flexing with my friend's man's money. Oh, let's go.
Yes,
Flex.
like
Hey.
I'm finna get ready
Ooh,
to go on
Honestly.
vacation with my ex-boyfriend, and he's gonna take me to Disneyland.
No, wait,
And we finna stay in a Disney castle.
wait, guys. Did you just hear that? She go into Disney World with her ex, her fucking ex. He paying for everything, and they're going to Disneyland. He paying for that too.
Bruh,
And
this
they're going to
ex has
stay
been
in the
doing so
castle.
much.
Exactly. They go into the
He's
fucking
not even an
castle.
ex.
He's not even an
I hate
ex.
this.
They go into the
I
fucking
hate
castle,
this.
and
I
he
hate
and he
After
paid
him,
for
I got
it.
another date lined up with this other guy.
You
And
see
then
this
after him,
fucker?
I got another date lined up with this other guy, and then after him is another date. But that's like
Live your best life, sis. Live your
Live
fucking
your
best life.
listen. Get you a baller like Mahogany, getting people to do shit. Like, hey, I was just like, yo, Maho, ask him if I can come along. Ask him if I can be the fucking tag along. Like, I'll be like, let me be the tag along friend. Can I come to the castle too, sir? Please.
Yo, Lauren, it really is. They
So,
like for some reason
Maho-
this is
Oh
like
my God, my
painted
Sandra is
as
like,
perfect.
they love whiteness, and like, so
Yeah.
as a black woman, I think sometimes that's kind of like really daunting, because
Yeah.
like we get it in our head that like, first of all, like people just always attack fucking black women. Like, you know, like we can't do shit right apparently.
win.
Like it's always
We can't.
like we
uh-huh,
can't win. And
uh-huh.
then, like, you know, so, but one thing I can say about living abroad, especially in a homogeneous country like Japan or
Yeah.
Korea, is I have become so comfortable with my blackness that it doesn't bother
It's
me no
crazy.
more. Like,
Yeah.
things that used to make me feel insecure don't bother me no more.
No more.
Yep. It
Like,
doesn't.
no more. Because like I sit and I face my blackness, and I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
All of this chocolate.
That is one
And,
thing.
you know,
Yeah.
And one thing I learned, I'm like, if he don't like it, somebody else will.
Yup.
If
True.
I'm proud of myself. I'll tell somebody, I'm never gonna be your secret, okay?
Yup.
You gonna introduce
Yup.
me to your mama, your cousins, and all your best friends.
Yup.
And I'm
Right
still not
there.
gonna be your
Yes.
girlfriend.
Yup.
So
Yup. That is one thing I can say about Japan. You learn if you're living in an Asian country, especially when it's not that you're the minority, it's that you're minute. You're basically
Yes.
invisible. It's so
Invisible, but you're there.
You're there. You learn to appreciate, love yourself more because you have to. Because the people around you, they not going to. You really do have to learn to accept the things about yourself. You really do. And Masano
Yeah.
said that Maho is the greatest hustler of all time. And
Swag.
that's on period. Hashtag Maho is the greatest hustler of all time. Let it trend.
hustle life.
Let it
Hustle
trend.
life, yo.
Honestly,
Get on
like,
Maho's level, people. Whether you male or female, get on Maho's level where people just be your ex just be dropping money on you, like, bitch,
dropping
yes.
money.
And I'm still not gonna give you no
As he
pussy.
should, though.
Still not
As
gonna
he
give you no
should.
dick. As he should. As she should. Either one.
As he
God.
should. Like, I asked him, and he told me personally, he was like, my blackness isn't like the problem. It's just simply the fact that the culture is so different. So
Yeah.
for him, it's not me being a black woman, it's more so me not being a Japanese woman or not really understanding the nuances of Japanese culture.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
like they have tatemae, which is the public and private phase.
yeah.
And that's something that is very difficult for me as a foreigner to
Yeah.
really observe to. Like, I don't
Yup.
understand, why my boyfriend won't be affectionate. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that
for
shit.
him, it's just-
Hate that.
that to him, that doesn't like equals his closeness to me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but I need validation. Like, I'm not a needy person, but words of affirmation is a part of my love language, and
Yeah.
that's something that he struggles with really
Mhm.
hard. And I think a lot of men do, but I think it's like on a extreme level with Asian men.
Yeah, because they really know how to like switch it. Like when they outside, they just like straight face, like, sir, no. But like,
Yeah.
You hear stories about a man and a wife being married for 30 years and her husband only telling her he loved her once, and I'm talking, that ain't the life for me.
guys,
That is
let
not
me
what I want.
let me just make this really clear to you guys. Like, do you know the word like "aisteru"? It means love. Like, I love you. Do understand that Japanese people do not use "aisteru." They do not. And I asked my Japanese teacher once, I'm like, why don't you say I love you? Like, "aisteru." They're like, oh, it's ski, or if you really, really want to say it, you can say daisuki, but it's usually ski. So I
Daisuki,
asked
yeah.
her, I asked her, like, when do you use ice study? Do you use it with your husband or your kids? And she was like, oh, no, 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 no. And I'm like, your fucking husband? Your husband,
No.
your whole ass husband, you not using ice study with your kids? I'm
No.
like, they're like, no, it's too heavy. It's too much. I'm like, I love you.
I
It's
will say that's
too
different
heavy.
in
It
as
was
far as
so
Japan
crazy.
and Korea.
That was
Because they
so
are
crazy.
definitely very couple oriented in Korea.
Uh-huh.
I love it. The fact that like my boyfriend is pretty much up there with it. I'm like, yeah, we can go to Korea. We'll fit in right. Like they are all
They are
like
couple
matching
oriented,
and like they are. I will. Oh, you got a spot on your face, boo. Let me help you out. Like
It's like, you're not
No,
seeing that
they
in
are
your...
super couple
They're
oriented.
cute.
People, they about that fucking life, but it's just like it's no affection. So like when you heard about the sexless marriages, and shit,
Oh, that shit's
it's
real.
really easy to see how they come about, and that's why a lot
Yeah.
of Japanese men prefer foreign men, because foreign men are a lot more expressive,
Yeah,
a
and
lot more
affectionate.
telling this woman that she looks beautiful,
Mhm.
that
yeah.
he loves her, that he wants her. When
Mhm.
Yeah.
Japanese men, they even though they feel that way, they feel powerless to tell you that.
Yeah, and it's so weird. I feel like
in
it's
Korea,
the
they'll say it.
Yeah, I think it's the culture that they grow up in here in Japan. They're not
Yeah.
taught to show that kind of love and affection. I mean, they don't even use aishiteru. Like they
Which I was very shocked when I learned that
me
one.
too. I was just like, why
I was
won't you use
very
I love
shocked.
you? I'm just like, why is it such a big thing? Why wouldn't you use that to your
It's so
husband or your
taboo.
children? Yeah.
So
Hell,
taboo.
you'll be happy if you get a daisuke, bitch.
Nah, bitch, I didn't want a
No,
daisuke.
I don't
Cause
want
daisuke's
daisuke.
like I like you a lot. It's not even I love you. Daisuke's just like big
Yeah.
like. It's big. I want
Like,
you
I
to say
really, really
fucking
like you.
yeah, bitch.
But
Tell
like
me
I
you
said,
love
bitch, you'll
me.
be happy if you get a daisuke.
Yeah,
because
true.
they just
You'd
don't
be
use-
happy.
They don't.
That's
They
true.
barely use ski.
Really? They only say
And refer to another person, they barely use that.
really.
It's so.
I'm learning so much. Look at me.
It's listen. If you come to Japan and you're trying to get you a Japanese woman, a Japanese man, understand that shit. Like, really do understand
Well,
what you're
Japanese
getting
men,
in it.
they appreciate it. Japanese men, bitch, you gonna be fighting up a tribal war.
An uphill battle.
And wholeheartedly, like the only thing I can tell people is research.
Yeah, research.
Don't just use YouTube as your
Uh-uh.
pillar of
Listen to me.
research.
True.
I dated a Japanese man in 3 years to say I love you. 3 years. Even though he asked me to marry him twice, it took him 3 years.
I was
to
right
say
there with
I love
it.
Yeah.
I've
Yup.
been there.
So
yeah.
listen. Before you go to any country, before you use your already preconceived notions of what you think the country is
Yeah.
like, research that shit. It is never what you think. Honest to God,
It's
it's
not.
never what you
What you
think.
think you gonna get
But
is not what you gonna get.
But what
Yeah.
sucks is the 1%ers that have such a crazy and amazing experience.
Yeah,
like,
those are the ones that get highlighted. And it's like, bitch,
they're
you're
the
not
ones
gonna
that
be
get
that.
highlighted.
Bitch, you're not gonna be the 1%. This is not your life. Like, come down. Calm down. Mortian was saying that's a thing. It's like they get married just cause they have to, but they don't
They
really
have
know how to operate in a relationship or marriage. That's true. Like, when you get to a certain age in Japan, there's this whole like dating thing that they go to for marriage. It's not even like they're going there to like date. They go in there with the intention of marrying this person that they're getting hooked up with.
Mhm.
So like when you get to a certain age in Japanese culture, it's like, I need to get married. I gotta get married. It's not even about
Heck
love.
yeah.
I
They
do
made me
appreciate
feel like shit for being my age and not being
I don't-
married and not having kids
Girl,
yet. Like,
I just pointed up to
Oh
like
my
I ain't
God.
Japanese.
that they like put men and women in that same boat. Like if you a guy and you ain't married by a certain age, you consider old good. So I do appreciate that.
like legit, my students made me feel like shit. My coworkers made me feel
Really?
like shit. Yeah, because like
Oh my
I'm
god.
31. I'm turning 32 this year.
Uh-huh.
So of course, some of them are like, bro, my mom's like on her second kid now. Like,
I'm like,
what are
your
you
mom
doing,
is just
teacher?
ass.
Like-
Leave me the fuck alone, bitch.
Leave me alone.
Like,
They're
fuck your mom.
you know, like at the time I was single, I was just like, yeah, you don't
And
have
wed.
any kids?
No, I don't want no kids like
Are
you,
you-
you fucking little demon. Fuck.
My students legit asked me if I was a lesbian. I was like, wow, this is
That's
this
just
is something
wild.
else, bro.
Like, bitch, even if I was a lesbian, I could
okay.
have a kid. What you mean? Leave me alone. The fuck? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they made me like really like. I look back, I'm just like, am I alone? should
Am I the
should
problem?
I tell them to dating? I had to go through a whole therapy session because my damn students made me go through shit.
Oh no, you're like, am I the
No
problem?
shit trips.
Am
Yeah,
I the
because
problem?
like, you know, they like you said, they have their set like
Yeah.
you go to school and then at this age you should be, you know, looking
Married.
for your maid and
Yeah.
get married, have kids, and
Mhm.
Yeah, I
introduced
call
to
it the conveyor belt of life. Like in
Yeah.
Japan, you get on the conveyor belt. If
Uh-huh.
you get off at any point in time, like you just cannot re-enter society. Like the society just does not allow that shit. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
didn't do what you were supposed to do when you're supposed to do. Now we
Mhm.
should punish you. Like
Uh,
they the way they punish members of their society here through isolation and just it's just crazy because like Jesus.
Thank you, Rem.
It's so crazy. I don't know what it's like in Korea, but like bullying and things like that are so crazy. Like,
Yo,
it's so
it is-
bad.
It's not as bad as the K-dramas likes to put on. Like it is a problem, but I mean it's a regular fucking problem. There's
yeah, in any
bullying
country,
in school, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but I feel like in Asia though, it's at a whole different level. Like
it's
in
a
America,
different
yeah.
type.
you
It's a
bully me,
different
I might
type of
punch you
bullying.
back.
Yeah,
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's institutional bullying.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's
where
like,
the whole institution like facilitates
mhm.
and corroborates in the bullying of a certain person, whether it's a teacher, because I have seen teachers get bullied too.
Yup,
oh hell yeah.
And,
yeah,
and they get oh no, I have had teachers who had mental breakdowns and just left work for the rest of the semester.
yup. I have had
And-
that too, actually.
And then you see like a specific kid getting bullying, and
Oh
it's through
my
no
God.
fault of their own, but it's just because that one person doesn't like them that the
And then
whole
everyone
class
follow
then
on, and
turns their back on that one person.
and
The teacher doesn't stick up for that child. Know why? Because the teacher doesn't want the students to bully them.
yep. And there's this thing in Japan, like I will say, like bullying in Japan is not really as it's depicted. It's not as it's depicted really in like, you know, anime where they ride on your decks and put garbage. They don't do that shit. They'll get caught. What they do, what they will do though, is just like, okay, bet no one talks to this person. You act like they don't exist. Everyone
exist.
ignores it. Like you can tell when a
Mhm.
student is getting bullied. Everything changes. You see their interaction. Like at one time I saw this kid. He was in his third year, and he already graduated. He was a good student. He always talked, but I realized like I had stopped going to the class regularly because the teacher never said him. The teacher didn't want me to come to the class. They didn't ask me. But when I went back to the class, I realized that the whole demeanor of the student changed, and like I mean, his head was always down. No one was talking to him, and it was so. I was just like, what the fuck happened? And I realized no one was talking to him, and like in the like 5 minutes or so before class when, you know, people would be talking and shit, he would just be there by himself with his head down, like trying not to interact with anyone. It was like the shame of it all. And like I went to the teacher. I'm like, yo, what is up with this son? And she's like, I don't know, but I realized there's a change. I'm like, bitch, you realize? Like no,
Yeah.
but there is a change. Like this is not how he behaves. We had him for like 3 years. I'm like, this is not him. Like, so we had an English speaking test, and when I was in the test, I asked him what happened, and he lied to me. He was like, "Oh, I was a little sad and depressed, but like my friends, they talked to me and they helped me feel better." And I'm like, you're lying to me, because if that was the truth, your friends would be talking to you. You wouldn't have your head down in class. You would not be so detached from everything. But he probably doesn't know how to speak to me about it. And he probably doesn't know, like, because I wanted
Well,
to
you're
make
probably
it.
also the only person who ever asked him to.
I was about to
Michaela.
say
That's
yeah,
probably-
I really was about to say that the fact that I was a teacher before moving overseas to teach, they're so different. Like,
Yeah.
as far as like teacher interaction with the student, like the fact that a hug, my kids like almost lost their shits because they're just like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if are your parents not hugging you? Like that's just how bad like it is for these kids that are in school all the fucking time.
Yep.
That
Yep.
they're not used to having someone like actually give a shit about them.
Yep.
Yeah, like somebody made the comment, I'm half Korean, born and I moved to the US because I could not fit in during school. I know some half students, like who are like half Japanese and like half whatever.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, like one time I went to a visit school and it was this girl. She wasn't half, she was fully American, but her mom had like married this Japanese guy and she's now stuck in Japan. And the teacher in that classroom, I had to try my best not to go off on this man because like he tried to set this girl out like she was a puppet. So he was like, oh, sit next to her because she speaks English. And I told him, I looked him dead in the face and I'm like, I'm not going to sit next to her. I'm going to sit next to this boy who don't speak English. So how you going to tell me, like, you trying to set this little girl out? And I'm like, I'm like that, but that girl was strong as hell because, like, they were all like, look at her speaking English. Ha, 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 ha. And I was like, are you mad you can't speak English? Ha, 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 ha.
They make it's so crazy.
It's so crazy.
Like you're making fun.
Like, but I feel like as a teacher, why would he do that? Like she's already like trying to.
She's already the different person. Why would you just put her in the state to make her look more different? And it's because they don't think about that shit. They don't think about it.
They don't think. They don't even care about it.
They
honestly.
don't. And
wholeheartedly, they don't.
Yeah.
I had one girl. She's half Japanese and half black, and I think it was her second year in junior high school. And something I can't remember 100% sure what was said, but my Japanese teacher, she heard it and she was like, this teacher though, she was amazing. She became one of my role models. She stopped the whole fucking class and was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen in my class. And now guess what? Y'all gotta write about it and tell me why this is wrong.
Yo, love that.
Like why we not saying that type of stuff.
Yes, love that. Mortician was saying,
like, it just does that type of behavior, that type of attitude towards the shit doesn't really happen or whatever. But like I said, this teacher, she was a different breed. And
you're not going to see that. That's a rarity. You're not going to see that on a regular basis.
Or like we hear about like a lot of mixed students going to like international schools at some point because they just can't fit in.
Yeah. And people make it so hard. Mortarian is asking, is there nothing in school to prevent bullying? And let me say this. First of all, Japanese schools don't even have anything in place to like discipline students. If I'm being completely honestly, there's no discipline because there's none.
At the end of the day, you're supposed to pretty much put up with whatever is going on. Like I had that instance where I had some older kids going to the store to get snacks in the middle of my class. And I couldn't do shit about it. And like I was in my first year in Korea, like this leans into like we're talking about work environments, but I was there for 12 plus hours. No break.
What?
Yeah, no break.
Not a girl. Slavery?
Yes. Oh, hell yeah. That's one thing we can talk about is the fact that they know how to go around these loopholes to make us foreigners work like slaves. But again,
damn.
This student legit, you could tell she was the popular girl because she had like a little entourage following her, but would come to class in my class eating snacks and all this, and I kicked them out. I was like, no, if I can't eat in my own class,
you can't.
Damn sure not
and you got in trouble. You got in trouble for that.
I got in trouble.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. They say you can't.
I kicked them out in the hallway. Because I was like, just eat in the hallway. You're disrupting my classroom. Go in the hallway. They I guess like the principal came through, saw that they were in the hallway. He's like, gave them some candy and told them to go back in my class.
What?
They called me on the hallway and told me, yeah, you can't kick them out of class for eating.
What?
They're hungry.
So, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna start eating in class too. I'm gonna start eating in class and be like, all right, kids, let's get on to the new one. Eat my potato chips, my pocket.
But that's the thing. So I couldn't do that, right? So that's another thing as far as like if you're wanting to live abroad,
Yeah.
you really need to look up the work environments.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, if you don't speak the language, the only thing you can do is teach English.
Yeah.
No cap there. So
Honestly,
In
you
Japan-
don't want to work over in Asia. In period. You don't want to work over.
there's
You don't
certain
want to work in
things you
Japan.
can't
You don't want to
do.
work in Korea. If you want to work here, find an Americanized company or a company
Yeah,
that is foreigner based to do it
Uh-huh.
because they work hours are shit. Period.
it's horrible. But
I-
that's the thing. Like,
Or
However, me and
yeah.
John have better contracts than
Yeah.
what you have because
Yeah.
I hide behind my contract like a bitch.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're gonna go on, if you're working in Japan, I would highly recommend the JET program. You are very,
Yeah.
very
you're
protected
protected.
under
Yeah.
that fucking contract. I'm not even joking. You
Yeah.
get workable work hours. Like, I don't work more than 8 hours, plus I get half day on a Fridays. You get depending on your contract, you can get good paid vacation or whatever. You get your sick days.
Nope.
I'm not saying it's the best.
What is that?
Okay. I'm not gonna tell you it's the best contract because like for
No.
like if someone dies in your family, the mourning period is very shit. Like if like an aunt dies for me, I get like 1 day. It was crazy. But
I
like
got
zero, like compared to other work contracts, you probably you have a better chance of getting a humane contract with the JET program. So if you're trying to come to Japan,
yeah.
if you're trying to get a job, make sure you have your first degree. Go out for the JET program. It is very
Yeah.
competitive, but if you want to have at least
At
a
least some
chance,
protection.
the protection, and
Yo,
at least have a
I
chance.
definitely recommend. But
A
I've been telling
chance.
people like, don't even if you're gonna work overseas, the same things that you do like in America, you cannot do overseas. If you get sick, you can't call off. You can't call off like that.
Well,
that's
Unless
not a
it's-
thing. I will
Yeah.
That's
say
what I said. My contract allows a lot of protection,
Yeah.
so I can call off. Like if
We
there's-
do-
that's the thing. Like
Yeah,
I do
you
the
have to
same day
legit
call. Like I ain't
make sure
coming
you
in.
have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You
because
can't
we
call
even have
off
like menstrual
that.
days off too.
So what
and
I'm gonna
stuff.
say is like, okay, in Japan they also have eikaiwas,
Yeah,
and if it's kind of like what you was working at the Hongyo
Yeah.
or whatever,
Hong
Hangwan. Yeah, like it's similar to that. So an eikaiwa is similar to a Hangwan, and so essentially, first of all, if you want to work at those type of like English teaching facilities, look at how many employees they have. If they
Mhm.
only have you and one other person,
that's not good.
they finna work you like a fucking dog because you
Slave.
can't never call off. You
Yup.
can't never take your vacation days because if
Yup.
you're not there, their whole facility is gonna crash.
Yup.
Not
'Cause
even
they
that.
got 2 English
Not even
teachers
that.
to teach 14 classes.
Not even that. My first school, it was me and another foreigner. We were the only 2 foreigners there. But since she was the April program, which deals with more of like the elementary babies, kids,
Mm-hmm.
she got vacation days. She went on 2 vacation days in the 2 vacations in the 1 year that I was working at that company. I did not get not one.
Mm.
So
Oh,
it
gosh.
all depends on the contract. Like you said, all depends on the contract and the program that you're signing up for.
Yeah, it does.
You'll determine
Read
that too.
Your
They
contract.
don't read your contracts because you do get it
Read.
before you make your final decision. Anyway.
Yeah. But
So
if you're
read
trying,
that like it's your life,
yes,
because it is.
so
It
you
is
can hide
essentially is
behind
your
it
life.
too. Exactly.
Yep.
If you're going to go on Interact, like you just have to be aware because like JET program, you get paid a lot more
Mhm.
than other English teachers. Like other English teachers that are in Japan don't get paid as much as JET teachers do, and it shows, man. So like if you're trying to like come to Japan, like you don't care, you just want to come to Japan, and you can take Interact. Like Interact, you don't need to. It's not as competitive because they don't protect you and they don't give a shit. They're just like, all
They
right,
don't give a shit.
they will
All right,
find
come
you the
on
job,
over.
but
The
like
only thing that's good with Interact is like the working hours are in the morning time and they don't extend into the evening. So it'll be a regular
Oh, that
like
would be
8,
awesome.
like a regular 8 to like 5, so that's the only good thing. But the pay isn't good if you live in a metropolitan area
it
like
is
Tokyo, because you won't be able to survive it. That's
Yeah.
a good question. How do they
Rem-
react to students fighting back against bullying?
Rem-
Don't
they-
fight back against
The
bullying.
person, the student that is fighting back becomes the problem child.
Yup.
Yes.
Unless they're the popular one.
That's
If you're
unless they're
popular.
the popular
But
one.
Yeah.
popular kids don't get bullied, so
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
there you go.
What would I say? I'm
There you go.
dumb. Popular kids do not get fucking bullied. They
No.
really don't.
No.
Guys,
they usually do the bullying. So if
Yeah.
the kid fights back against bullying, you'll see the teacher like
get on that
like
person.
trolling them for that.
Yeah.
Like I will never forget this boy graduated name. His name was Yutha. He was kind of like an odd boy, like very weird, and he used to do some really weird shit. But then I realized it was because he was getting bullied, honestly. And
Oh,
people used to say
gosh.
like he smelled bad and talk shit about him. And be
Uh-huh.
like Udasai called him noisy and like annoying.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And one time, like he yelled at this boy. I don't know. The boy said something really like told him like he smelled bad. And the like, so he like yelled at this boy, and the teacher was like, don't do that. Like, why are you being crazy? And I
Oh,
was just shocked because
He
I
got,
was just like,
he
Yeah.
got the problem child.
yeah. He
No.
basically
I
got
would think
reprimanded for defending himself. Like, that's so
Yeah.
fucking wild.
He
Hey,
became the
problem. Like, guys, when I say they don't protect you as teachers, like I remember I wore like I did a crochet style, right? And it was burgundy. Like my whole hair was burgundy. And it was like, it was a crochet lock style. I went to
Mhm.
school and like these kids, they were in second year at the time. I come in and this popular boy, I don't even know why he's popular. He not fucking cute. He not fucking funny. He just fucking loud. He's a fucking class clown. I'm like, bitch, they're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you. You not fucking funny, bitch. Anyway, I hate this fucking kid. I go into the class and he's like, oh, hey, Predator me die. I was like, motherfucker, I will punch you in the fucking face. God, I look at the teacher looks at me. I look at the teacher looks at me. I look at the kid, the teacher looks at me, and I'm like, we gonna let this happen? And he just kept saying it, and I'm like, I will end you. Let me end this child. And I'm like, the fucked up thing is, I actually went there and ended this child. Like, if I had ripped into him and said like, like if I had disrespected him, I should have started talking in Jamaican. I said, oh, you little pussy, well, you look like underneath your mama. And just like left him with that, chop on my class. And the teacher would be like, what did you say? I said he looks like his mom. And just like,
Looks like
just
his mom.
like, like you look like underneath your mama pussy. I just left it there. The teacher would be like, oh, Mikhail, I'm so sorry.
God.
But that was too aggressive. I'd be like, fuck you. Fuck
hell
you.
nah.
one time,
When I had a student legit kick me in the shin,
What?
I chased his little ass. Yes, I
He
did.
He
I hemmed
assaulted
him
you?
up.
He
I
assaulted you?
hemmed his ass up
He
because
assaulted
he
you,
was
bitch.
kindergarten.
I'm gonna beat his
Yes.
ass up.
When I say I've never hemmed up a student like that before. I picked his little ass up from the back
Oh,
and I
God.
took him to the principal. I said, "No, you finna learn today."
Oh,
No.
my God. Not the students
But-
assaulting you.
my first year here,
Uh-uh.
a student like threatened to like punch me, like
Oh.
this boy. He
Not a
like
boy.
did this to me, and I stood up and I'm like, all right, okay, worry the fuck out because
You gonna learn today.
like that. Another student had to stop me from fighting the student because I was like, I'll go home about this. Like, I don't know where
My
you're
whole-
from, but where I'm from, when you throw your guards up,
Yo.
you ready to fight, and I'm ready to fight because
Maho
you
was
know,
like,
I'm
we ready. We ready to
No,
throw
I
hands.
literally
Let's
was
fucking
like,
go, bitch.
like,
Let's
what's up?
fucking
Like,
go.
I'm like, I'm not Japanese, and I throw hands, bitch. I will
Right?
whip your little ass. I will pull your hair and bust your shit.
That's
See,
one
the
thing.
kids in Korea, they're very they are very aware of
Uh-huh.
America and how dangerous America is. Like that's like none of my students want to come to America because they're just like, because I would play the news, and of course, like for the past like 2 years, there's been school shootings and all that shit. So
Oh,
they're just
shit.
like, yo, teacher, you
You
gangster.
wild.
No,
You wild up in these streets.
like, cause you got some real, like, you got real students, like, cause students will put their hands on other students. I have seen students actually get into fights,
Oh, I have not seen
and
that.
like, kind of like,
Oh,
you
no,
know,
I
and I'm
have.
just like, y'all, this crazy.
I have
So
a
one of my
story
students
after you,
kinda
Maho.
delinquent.
Uh-huh.
So like, but that was the first time a student like physically threatened me, and I was kind of just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have to, jump a plane because I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this boy.
Oh, God.
When
Nah.
when you legit like are
You're
ready
done.
just to say fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's when
No, because the teacher
you
left me in a class with him, and they're not supposed to do that. So then
Yeah.
I went downstairs and I cussed the teacher out. Like I fucking was like fuck you for leaving me in a class with them. And you know,
Little demon
like I like
asses.
grabbed my hand on his desk. I was like, I will fucking destroy them. Like it would have been your fault. If I would have gotten in the fight, it would have been your fault.
Oh my god! Like, let me tell
Taylor
my.
Korea saw some new stuff and thought St. Louis was just on fire for constant shootings.
Oh god!
Bow.
Oh god!
Yo.
Wait!
Yo, St.
Wait.
Louis is pretty
It was
bad.
wild. Wait, let me tell my story about like this student fighting. I can't believe I almost forgot that. There was this one student like from first year. He was a troubled kid. Like I learned later on that his whole family situation was very troubled. He was basically orphaned. He was getting physically abused. I didn't know all that shit. Like, but usually when students like act up, it's because like shit like that is happening at their homes, right?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
he was kind of a popular, like bad boy popular kid, but like he fucked with the wrong bitch that day. Like he was fucking with one of the boys, and I kid you not, I see this boy punch him to the ground and start stepping on him, and I'm like, huh? Like this is happening. I was so shook. I had to be like hitting the teacher. I was like, yo, look. And the teacher looks, she's like, what happened? And I'm like, they was fighting. And then the students are like, oh no, we were just having fun. And like the kid who was beating his ass, like he's hugging up the guy who was fucking with the wrong person. Like we were having fun, right? And he's like, yeah. It was just fun. And I'm like, you got your ass laid the fuck out. I was like, damn. And you had to act like it was all good, bitch. I was kind of. It was.
No,
I
that
was
happened
like,
before.
damn.
See, at my
Oh,
last
funny.
school, there was
Came up
a
another
kid that
school.
legit stabbed another
Oh,
kid.
whoa.
And he was just okay to be there still. And I'm just like,
Huh? Yo, Asian schools just be allowing all type of
they
shit.
on a whole nother
Like, let me
fucking
tell you,
level. All
when
right,
they-
that shit would not fly in America.
Nah, you get expelled.
That's the fucking
You get
Yamaguchi twins.
expelled. You get
Yo,
that's a,
Yamaguchi twins. Those boys tortured me from the time they
Oh,
came
God.
to the fucking school. The
God.
Yamaguchi twins. I would never forgive them. I fucking hate them. I
Oh
hate
my
the
god.
Yamaguchi twins. Those fucking little bastards. They were just pure evil.
Oh my
in
god.
plain form.
No, don't
They
worry.
like- they
I
were
had
so
my
hateful.
yes. I had that same one from first year. I remember I was telling you about that little fucking asshole of a kid. I can't remember his name, but he was my
I'm so happy
Yamaguchi.
they graduated.
Me-
Those fucking Yamaguchi
He
twins.
left the school. He actually had to transfer schools because of his home situation. I was like, "Fuck you, yeah!" But then I heard how
Yeah.
bad he was at home,
What they
and I was
probably
like,
did,
"Damn."
however, was put him in one of those isolated ass schools in the middle of the mountain where they send abused kids, because that's what they do here
Yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah,
Like instead of rehabilitating or
Not
like
it.
locking the parents up for abuse,
yeah,
no, instead they just send the kid away to a far-off school in the mountains
yes,
where the student then is even more isolated.
yeah,
And but it's like a school for rehabilitation for kids who get abused by their parents.
yeah. Mortarian, yes, stop. Like the thing about like Asian schools, they don't believe in like suspensions and expulsions, not even fucking detention. Like when I
Nope.
brought this up to like teachers, like, yo, why don't you guys do this? I'm like, there are ways to punish students that don't incorporate corporal punishment. Like you can take
Yeah.
shit away, you can do shit. They're like, we don't do that here. And I'm like, the fuck is
Is
wrong
it
with
that-
y'all? This is why y'all students take you for fucking jokes. This is why
I
they
will
take you for a
say-
joke.
I've had the whole corporal thing because being a prior military, I believe in, I'm going to make you strong. So
Mm-hmm.
when they came in late, they had to give me 10 push-ups. If they wanted to act up together, guess what? Y'all doing twin push-ups. And if they don't go down, then you don't go down. It is what it is, right? Like I've had like people bite back at me and like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, I'm not asking them to do any more than what their gym teacher is asking them to do.
That's
So, and I actually had I had a whole class of boys that legit told the vice principal, like, no, we like what Miss Anderson's doing. Like, this is, she's making us look better. Like, you know, like they saw like the positive side of their fucking up. Like,
yeah,
Peace versus actual
reprimanding student. Is
I
it
I know
that the
Korea is all
focus
about looks. Korea is definitely all about looks.
It's not about
you know,
peace. It's about hiding.
It's all
it's
about
very-
what looks good on the outside.
Yes.
It's just the way the Constitution set up here. So the schools literally have no power. It has nothing to do with
Mhm.
anything about the schools just have no power to enforce any type of discipline or rules. So, like,
those
say for instance,
parents, yeah.
like the parents, they really do have tiger parents here, tiger moms and tiger dads, or whatever you want to fucking call them. They're like, you know, like in America, you come in, your parent trip into the school,
Mhm.
like, haha, okay, we gonna kick both of y'all the fuck out. And you can take
Yeah.
your baby and you can go to where the fuck you came from. Not here in Japan. So here, first of all, you have to understand, parents do not raise their kids. The school raised
school
their
does.
kids.
Mhm.
The teachers have more responsibility for the children than their own parents.
Mhm.
In the summertime, it's the school who gives the kids a lecture of how they're supposed to spend their summer and what they're supposed to do. Say, for instance, there was an incident like in the city that I live in, where some students, each student has like the logo for their school on their uniform. So these boys didn't give up their spot for this old woman on the bus, you know, that they supposed to do
That
that.
whole thing, yeah.
They didn't do that. Instead of, you know, like so that old woman called the school, and then the school has to then like make a big speech about it and talk to the school about like appropriate behavior. Like Japan has a moral education class that supposed to teach the students.
I think it's a good class though. That's a good class.
And live in society. I think it's a good class. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. However, like, it's not for peacekeeping.
Yeah.
The schools just don't have no power. If they could do something, I believe they would.
Yeah.
I have had students escape from school, and literally the teachers have to drive around in a chorus to find this
to go find the student. Yeah.
The parents will be mad at them for
Yeah.
not being able to discipline their child properly.
They
or take care
really
of the
have
child.
monster parents here. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Parents think that you're supposed to basically be the parent of their fucking child.
Of
Like
their kid.
Yeah, when I tell you they have such unrealistic expectations of teachers, I'm just like, I didn't push out your fucking child. It didn't come from my fucking vagina. Like, I'm here to teach them, not teach them how to be a fucking decent human being. That's your fucking job.
But
take that shit away from me.
Being a teacher in Japan actually has a lot of benefits. However, a lot of young people are not taking up the profession.
It's not cut out for it. Yeah.
Because first of all, the work hours, for my work hours, I'm protected by my contract. As I said, I hide behind my contract.
Yeah.
But Japanese teachers are not protected in the same way. So they literally get to work at 6 a.m. and they don't leave until like 8 p.m. And half the time they're like just forced to stay.
Korea's latest is 11 midnight.
Nah, that's crazy shit right there. You on a slave contract, dude.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Nah.
Well, like mine was until 10:30. I will say that was my cutouts. But that's the thing in Korea. There's so many academies. There's so many institutions that these kids are in that, like, my academy, being the English one, ended at 10:30. Some of my students said they still had another academy to go to after me.
And I'm just like, why you need to go to so much school? Y'all that dumb? Y'all that dumb?
Not even that. It's more so of what looks good on paper. The fact that you went to so and so many academies, and you went to Math Academy, Science Academy, English Academy, and then you're doing music lessons for whatever instrument. Whatever makes you look good on paper. It's all about the show. I've had kids with that. I identified their mental health is completely gone, but no one else cares.
You're
just go to school, do your job, do your homework. That's it. Like like my last day, I took my Switch because I was like, well, I ain't doing shit for my last day. Fuck all that. Teaching what? Teaching you how to play this goddamn game. So I had a kid literally cry because I handed him the controller to the Switch. And he was like, I've never played anything like this. I'm like, they don't even have childhoods like us, guys. God. They don't have dances like us. I legit had to like look up YouTube videos and like show them like an old Facebook video of like what we did at football games at my high school, because they don't get those experiences that we got like growing up as kids. Yeah, because they're too busy in school all the goddamn time.
I would say,
and that starts at kindergarten.
Yeah, I would say this for Japan. I don't think it's as strict, but like Japanese students are at school every fucking day, even in summer, spring break. They come in for club activities. I'm like, what do you mean club
Something.
activities? When I see students coming back to school for club activities, I'm like, bitch, if it was me, I wouldn't be here. I'm like, I don't give a shit about club activities. Fuck that shit. It's spring break. Why the fuck am I here? Do I not have a life? You crazy. In the summer, they still fucking at school. I'm like, I hate all of you so fucking much. Stay at your fucking house. Stop letting these kids come here in their vacation time. Let them rest. God damn it. It's tiring.
Honestly, the parents, they don't do anything.
Nah.
I mean, you got some that actually will drive the students, but that's about it. Most of the kids get on trains and stuff on their
there's
own.
a comment that I think that this person, parents are too busy working. They don't even know how to be parents. Again, it goes back to how they were raised, and they don't know how to operate. And that's completely true. Like,
True. They're just doing
And
what they were
these
taught. They
cultures,
saw.
if it was the mentality, if it was done to me, it shall be
To
done
be
to
done
you.
to
is
you.
Very strong.
Oh
in a lot
my
of
God.
Asian cultures.
Oh my God, there's
Like,
something I
even
hate.
though they hated what was done to
It
them,
was-
they're gonna do exactly the same thing.
Exactly. There is this thing in Japanese culture called gaman, right? Which is basically to put up with bullshit. They're like, oh, it's the gaman way. You need a gaman.
Just come on it.
Yeah,
I've heard that one.
Just deal with it. Like they use that shit with the cold. Like when they're like, oh, we're not turning on the heater yet. You just gotta gum. I'm like, gum on your fucking face, bitch. It's freezing. The fuck?
It's freezing.
I see kids. This is why I say I would never live here. I would never raise a family here. I saw kids in like shorts and like it for PE uniforms in winter. There is no heater in the fucking gym. In shorts and like in sleeveless shirts, going to fucking gym class in the freezing gym. I'm like, if you did that to my fucking child, I'd fight you. I would actually fight you. How dare you do that to my child? That's fucking crazy. That's insane. And you're like, oh, it's gaman. We're teaching. I'm like, no, that's fucking crazy.
No,
why do they need to gaman? You're not in a society right now where they need to put up with that. Like, why are you doing this to children?
I was dubbed a bad employee, an incompetent employee, because I got sick. Because one kid, legit, she never misses school. She never misses a day, but she had a whole fever in my class. And of course, they don't tell us that. I'm sitting here all up on her in her face, helping her out. And of course, I get sick. But of course, you, as a teacher, you can't call off. So you're unprofessional for getting sick, is what I was told. Because how dare I get sick because you allowed an infected person in my goddamn classroom.
Exactly, and no one told me that. I bet the other I bet the Korean teachers knew. I bet the Korean teachers knew.
Oh, they did. Oh, they did.
Yep.
They definitely did.
Yeah. They definitely know.
So the things that you go through in the working environments is just, and like I tell people, I enjoyed my experiences in South Korea. I definitely took it to the fullest and traveled as much as I possibly can, even with the strict working schedule. But I will never go there and like sign up for that again. Luckily, the job that I'm with now is a global company, so I could go do IT work in Korea under this company. But I think I was so scarred that I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm literally just going to fucking visit, and that's all I'm gonna do from now on. That experience was enough.
Fair.
I just told my mom that I need to decompress, that I just need to come home. And she was like, I know you though, Mahogany, you're gonna get tired and you're gonna want to like travel again. I was like, yeah, that probably would happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I want to go back to Japan.
Like, speaking from somebody who moved away, like January I came back here. It is nice as a decompression, yes. You know, getting to see like my family that I couldn't see for the 2.5 years because of COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
It is nice to decompress, but now I'm in the mentality of where like, if I want to leave, I know I can just travel wherever the fuck I want to.
Yeah.
Like, I can get that traveling fix done real quick, but I'm not signing up to live in another country again. Nope.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Like, it's completely different. Like living and working. When I came here as a student, Japan was lit. I was like Cardi B. I was like, and it's up, and it's up, and it's up, then it's stuck.
Hey, No, I'm not lying.
Like,
When I
best
came,
time ever.
same. When I came to Japan for that 1 month on a stipend and everything being paid for me, and they bringing me out, I was like, oh, Japan is lit. Let's fucking go. I was
Let's
like, yes,
go.
more. But after you live here, and you really, especially if you're living in the countryside, let me tell y'all guys, I had a friend, and I swear to you, she was dying when COVID hit and we could not leave the fucking prefecture, which is like a state. We could not leave. They would hound us if we left. She was dying. She's like, I just want to smell carbon dioxide. she's just she's like, just give me a little. I just can't stand it here. I'm dying. I'm like, girl, oh God, it's just something you have to understand when you're putting yourself out there.
We are not shitting on these countries by any means. We're just telling you.
Expectations.
I love the culture, but like you said,
expectations.
The fact that there's
Working
the only
here is
highlight is working, dating. It's not what it's cracked up to be.
Completely different from what you will see on TV, like
or on YouTube.
Like this technology
on
event.
YouTube.
Yeah,
and it's not.
We're giving you a realistic expectation right now, and let me tell you, which is why I say, yo, being a tourist in Japan, lit. I would love that shit, lit.
If you not bring about $5,000 with you, and your dreams gonna come.
You turn up. You don't give a shit about your working hours or whatever. You just up here to turn up and have a great time, bitch. You lit. You gonna have a great ass fucking time. But when you have to work here and you have to adopt the culture that you aren't used to, you have to adopt certain. That's not
gonna accept you.
That's not gonna accept you. You have to adopt certain practices that you are not used to, and you're still going to have to be the odd one out. You're still going to be looked at as the alien person, especially if you're black. You stick out like a fucking sore thumb.
Yeah. Like, one of the things is I stopped caring about what people think of me, and I think that also helped me along. At first, I used to be like, yes, I'm gonna do that, I'll do this, and just letting people take a complete advantage of me. Now I'm just kind of like, nope, and they're kind of like
taken back from it.
Yeah. Like, I just stopped caring.
I don't have to do that. Nope,
exactly.
nope again.
If they say, oh, you don't have to do that job, I'm like, okay, but I don't even wait. I'm like, that's not even part of my contract. Okay, bye.
Like, I had a teacher who told me, like, I didn't have to come to her class. Then suddenly, like the day before, she's like, oh, I want you to come to my class and I want you to do all this stuff.
That's not what you...
And I had to look at this woman. I had to tell her, I was like, look, I'll come to your class, but you have to understand, I'm not preparing shit, because when I came to you and asked you point blank, do you want me to come to your class? You told me no.
So I didn't prepare anything.
I will say that is a very different between Japan and Korea. We don't get co-teachers.
Oh no, we are the co-teachers in Japan.
Also,
we are.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, in Japan, you are the co-teacher. So I think that definitely is a lot better and a lot less stressful.
When you're working at Eikaiwa though in Japan, you don't get a co-teacher either.
Yeah, you would be But if you're working in
at that level, it kind of makes sense.
Hi, Zerlins. They just redeemed speaking Jamaican for a minute. So Gamba. Okay, so it's 2 minutes. Okay, so good luck, everyone. Maho has been practicing listening to me speaking Jamaican. So let's see how good y'all do.
I'm not finna butcher. The only thing that really sticks to me is saying tings. That's it. All right, I'm sorry, I can't.
All right, so it's 2 minutes of Jamaican. So good luck, guys. All right. All right, so what we are talk about now? All right, so continue what I say. In not so bad. Just continue what I talk about, man. Like, easy man. Go on. Talk about what I talk about, man. Continue the thing now. Talk no, girl.
Okay, so I could understand that. That was fine.
Right. Right. We're not talking on too while. Go on, man. Go on, talk.
No, you're not chatting. You ain't chatting too bad.
Right.
But yeah. So like when you working at an Eikaiwa, you do work by yourself, my friend.
Yeah.
Uzi, he works at an Eikaiwa, and I don't recommend that type of work to no one. I recommend Interact before I recommend like Neon or something like that. So like,
because they're not treated like your people, man. Them just take advantage of you and just got
the working hours. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm like, at this point, work a job and quit a job. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
Like, just keep in mind, like, they might come at you on some crazy shit, but you can always put your 2-week notice in, and that's law here in Japan. Like, you only have to give a company 2 weeks to quit their ass.
And I them things them I like, cause I don't want to go through the round thing with people. Like, if me not like the thing no more, I just want give you the 2 weeks and say, all right, I'm out of this, cause I can't bother with the but we need you and the all of that. Me I say no, I can't take this no more. I give me 2 weeks and I just go dip out of this, cause it done this so. It done this so.
Yeah, I mean, even in Korea, unfortunately, like it all depends. You just gotta really fill out the school that you're at as far as like how they're gonna treat you, because once they know that you're leaving, it's a wrap. Like they really will show their true fucking colors. Like my first school, they canceled my contract on some bullshit. And I was supposed to be out of the apartment.
Okay,
like
2 minutes done.
in 2 weeks.
That's 2 minutes.
Like legit, like I only had like 2.5 weeks to pack up my apartment and get out of that apartment, because your apartment is tied to that school and your contract.
Oh god.
So yeah, so it's a, like, again, I know a lot of people don't like to read contracts, especially
your contract
motherfuckers. You're right, like you motherfuckers with Apple, you agree to
applause.
whatever that long goddamn thing does, or whatever it says. But like with this kind of stuff, you need to read your contract.
Know your contract like the back of your hand, guys. Know your fucking contract.
Yeah, I always pick my contract up and I'm like, I need you to go to page 6 of my contract, line 42. Yeah, that's the one right there.
Mortarian is saying good job, ladies. You understood her. We applaud.
We did. I understood it.
Yeah.
I just was not going to speak it.
Actually wasn't that bad, because
it wasn't.
Ja has been on. There's been time where she started to really talk that shit. Then I'm like, I think I understood about 30% of that.
It's because like
no.
I've been coaching. It's been a coaching process with Maho. It's been a coaching process. Like I'm like, all right, because I've become very used to, like, if I'm speaking in Jamaican with you, it means I'm very comfortable with you and comfortable with the conversation, because I'm always conscious that most people, like especially in Japan, like they won't understand me if I speak in my Jamaican natural tongue.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, in the beginning, I didn't really hang out with Maho, not because I didn't like her, but because I had my Jamaican friends here.
This bitch was boring.
No, I was not boring. She just hung out with a lot of the white people and the white, and they hang out with a lot of white yes, people. You did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Nah, you hate to see it.
They just wasn't fucking with me. They thought
no. She always, and it wasn't that we didn't like the white people or anything. We always heard them doing wild ass shit, and we're like, now y'all fucking like having sex outside on balconies and shit. Like, girl, we're like, we not about that type of life. Listen,
not that she said that's one too many. All right, that's
exactly. It was one too many. Like, I really like Maho.
I wasn't even at that shenanigans. I got that secondhand knowledge like they got it secondhand.
Nah, but we didn't know that. We only saw Maho hanging out with all of them. We're like, oh, okay. But like, I always wanted to hang out with her, so I'm really glad that we started to hang out, because I loved her bubbly personality. But like, when the thing that I would say, one of the reasons that we stuck together is mostly because I knew a lot of them before I came to Japan, so we were already friends. And one of them I lived close to, so she became like my big sister. And when we spoke in Jamaican, we didn't have to worry about people not understanding us or not getting our jokes or shit like that. So it was the comfort, because I know, like, Maho, like, most of the people there were Americans, so you know, you guys speak the same, so you never have to worry about that. But like, when it's with, because you people
don't understand me. Like, I speak a whole different type of. I speak Black American.
She's definitely Black American.
Completely different. Like, if I start to really speak like how me and Brittany speak from where we from, like,
nobody would understand.
I get that. And this is why I say I totally get that. So I guess it's more like I became so comfortable with my friend group and being able to just like go into, like, Maho knows, like, when I'm really speaking Jamaican, like,
Yeah.
Y'all bitches
Yeah, it's
can't.
deep.
It's
She really
done.
excited, and
It's deep.
she gets to really talking when, especially when she talk about something like what somebody did to her.
Oh
Lord.
hell, it's a
But
whole
I
like
think it also helps though that I'm black because I think the lingo, while it's different, is kind of the same, so I can get the nuance
Because
of the
there
meaning.
is
of certain things. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
also because Jamaican is a combination of, it's basically a slave language. Patois is basically a slave language
Patois,
that was created by the black slaves in Jamaica during the time because what slave owners used to do was separate black tribes so that they wouldn't be able to communicate with each other. So to communicate, they would have to make up their own languages. So they would use, what the slave owners would use, some
I love
African
patois.
words, even Spanish.
Woo.
So it's a big combination of a lot of things. So
Yeah.
Patois is basically like out of many one people in a sense. So I can understand like why some words will seem very some
Similar.
like what black people in America would use, because it does come from like African descent as well. So there's some things that you will understand or you get a vibe of. So I get that, yeah. But that was that was my TED Talk on Patois. I hope you enjoyed it.
I am so done with her. Get out of here. Goodbye. Hashtag canceled. Hashtag she just did a damn TED Talk on us. That's ridiculous. All
Look
right.
at Ming teaching Jamaican history.
Oh,
I mean, it's so
Heck
funny.
yeah.
Like
People need to know.
Jamaican history is history.
It is.
Yeah, people need to understand history just
it is
regardless.
so interesting.
Honestly.
Like Jamaican
Do we
history.
got
Like
any more questions, y'all?
yeah. Any more questions that y'all want to ask? Go through.
We talk about life, work,
Yeah.
anything y'all want to know pertaining, like, or specific questions about being black in Japan. We taking them all. We doing them all. So hit us up. And Korea. Don't forget, bring you living in Korea.
Yes.
So we doing it all.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I've been to both. It's
I've
cool.
been to both. I've only been to Japan. COVID just took me out. They were like, "You can't go nowhere, bitch. You staying right here."
Well, if you're,
I've been to
when you're ready to leave, I was gonna say, when you're ready to leave, I'm planning the trip to Korea.
When it I will actually. I want to.
My whole special because my whole has a lit ass time. While I had to work,
girl, trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. I went to Tokyo with this bitch. Guys, oh my fucking god! I'm not going to talk about it, but this bitch knows.
No,
this bitch knows.
In Tokyo stays
in Tokyo. Nah, this bitch wild. Like, guys, I'm gonna be the first to say this. I do not drink alcohol. I hate the taste of it. And don't come at me with, "Oh, Ja, you just haven't had the right liquor." Nah, bitch, I have. I've tried it all. It does not taste good. I hate the bitter. I fucking don't like it. But it doesn't stop me from having a lit ass time at the club. I am a wild bitch. I have a wild bitch at the club.
I don't need a drink to have fun.
Yes, oh god, in Tokyo we were at we found Maho is a fucking goddess though. She found the only fucking probably Jamaican soca club in fucking Tokyo, and this is after I had a horrible ass club experience the day before. Aww. So I was just like, yeah, Maho, you did that motherfucking shit. It was lit, and I was up on stage splitting in front of on the stage where the girls were. Yeah. It was a lit time, but things went to shit. That's why her face be looking like that. She knows what she did, but yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about
we're not going to talk about that.
Put you out there.
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh wait, if Mahogany's there, it's a lit ass time.
Oh wait, Mortarian.
I have repented for my ways, and next time it won't be that bad.
It better not even be bad. Mortarian.
You got a whole question out here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I have like
I'm making it a banner.
I have two questions too.
This is for you, Maho. Oh crap.
I have a question for Midori. Like,
what's up?
And then for me, okay. Any tips to the beginner hustler?
Okay, so shit.
Okay, wait, Maho, wait. Okay, guys, the TED Talk on like 101 on how to be a fucking hustler in these streets is about to begin. Maho, with the T, will be giving you the lowdown in 5, 4, 3, 2. Take it away, Maho. Not the fucking chopsticks, girl. Bye.
Okay, first thing first. This is how I got put onto game.
I see your
Like, I
question,
started
Zerlins.
really
I'm going to
watching
ask it too.
the Japanese women around me because, like, I'm like, how do they do this shit?
Uh-huh.
I noticed that when it was time to pay bills, that they would always go into the bathroom and do their makeup.
Uh-huh.
And like, no, like no, like not even joking. Like, I noticed they would go in the bathroom and do their makeup, and they would just like leave the scene. You know, time to pay, time for them to go.
Uh-huh.
So I started doing that instead of having that awkward moment of like, do you want me to help you pay?
That's like,
Instead
bitch,
of even pretending to ask, I would just go do my makeup. And then
expectation.
when I would come out, like, my boyfriend would be holding my bags and everything would be paid for and everything would be taken care of.
So basically what she's saying, go with your chest and with certainty that this bitch gonna pay, and just act like, oh, you're doing that, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
don't even pretend like you're gonna pay, okay? Don't even pretend like you're going to pay. And
Oh,
also,
thank
don't date broke
you.
motherfuckers.
Thank
got you.
you.
It's okay
Midori.
to ask him how much money he make. It's okay.
I've seen my hoe do this and legit, like, you know, like she said, don't act like you're going to pay. She doesn't do that. She legit
doesn't.
looks at them and she's like, so you got this, right? And walks the fuck off. She doesn't give them the option to choose.
I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm gonna fucking pay. So like, I'm not even gonna like talk to you if you can't pay.
Yes.
Like, that's
Yes, Mortarian.
And-
Go hard or go your fucking yard. Come out with your chest
like,
and certainty. Gonna
my
try
only
these
job
out
is to show up and look
on these
good.
hoes. Go through
Okay? That's
Mortarian.
my only job.
Say it one
It's
more
to
time,
look
hoe.
good.
Show
That's
up
his
and look
pleasure.
good.
Yeah.
That's
So-
his pleasure. Like, you get to be with a beautiful woman. I'll entertain him. I'll laugh at his corny ass jokes. And you know, in return, he gonna pay for everything. Like, all of my purses, all of my designer purses, my ex-boyfriend bought them for me. I'm
gonna put a little pin there.
Pick my purse out, and then I go to the counter. The woman will look at me, and then I'll look at him, and he'd be like, "You ain't gonna buy that." I'm like, "It's gonna get bought, but not by me."
But come with
And
your
I
chest
walk out
high.
the store with my purse.
Come
So
with your
that's
chest
what-
high. Come with your chest high, guys. High,
Yes.
high to the sky.
I
High to the
honestly
sky.
don't date men. Also, I date older men. I don't tend to date men my age or whatever. Like, I always ask them what is their job. Like, cause you can tell kind of about like my ex-boyfriend. He does engineering.
In money
You know?
tall. In money tall.
His money long. It's longer than mine. So
Mm.
also with that being that, I expect him to pay for everything because I'm broke.
It's like, babe, don't even look at me. I'm a broke bitch. Like, you the one making the money. Wow. I'm
Don't
dead.
get me wrong. I can like splurge on some shit, but at the end of the day, like, also in Japan, like, he's a real gentleman. He's not gonna ever ask me to pay.
And I'm just gonna be like, don't watch my hoe. This bitch be out here going to jewelry stores buying real ass gold. Just be like, oh, that's 20 grand, that's 30 grand. Okay, here, bye. I be going with this bitch. I'm like, you just out here just wilding, aren't you? Okay.
It was in the budget, y'all. It was in the fucking
It was sure. I'm not gonna say nothing. That's your money. It's not mine. I'm just there like with her just in the stores, like, yeah, that looks so cute. Yeah, definitely. Oh my god.
Well,
So Zerlins asked the question, any Yakuza / Mafia links asking for a friend. And sir, let me ask you, why the
we
fuck
are English teachers in these streets.
yes, why you think we know Yakuza and Mafia? What the fuck you think we doing? What you think we doing?
First off, if you did know, you wouldn't be on here promoting the shit.
Exactly. If I did know, I wouldn't be telling y'all that I knew.
That's against the code.
Yeah,
Man. You gotta know the code.
If I did knew that shit, I would not be saying. I wouldn't be telling y'all right now on this podcast.
I actually did run into some Yakuzas at a snack bar, but like I told y'all earlier, snack bars are shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
some of the
there were
karaoke places in Korea are shady. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a couple of Yakuzas in there. They were pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, we kicked it with them. They were pretty nice. They were some cool dudes. They paid for some drinks or whatever. But like, you don't really want to get involved with them though, because you know, like, They Yakuza. And
Yeah, we just here for a fun night,
That's
and
a
then we
whole
dipping.
death sentence.
Yeah, we not trying to get all over that. So
Shut
go
up,
to
Zeus.
snot bars and karaoke places. Erlens, if you're trying to fuck up yourself, you do that by yourself.
You meet a couple, and you know who they are. Any person in Japan
Trust me.
who's not a foreigner with tattoos probably
They're
affiliated.
Yakuza or Mafia. They affiliate with something, especially if you can see
Yeah.
their tattoos. Like, if they're making their tattoos visible to you, yeah, sir. They probably Yakuza. They probably Mafia. We
That's
have another
unfortunate.
question. I think it's from Midori.
Yeah.
How are you treated as a black individual in both Japan and South Korea? Yeah. How are you treated?
Before COVID, I was treated like a human.
I love that. Like, before COVID, I was human, but
before
after
COVID, I was human, but after I was a disease, I was a virus.
Mm-hmm.
That should sum it up perfectly for you. I don't know how to really go more for. I mean, because after COVID happened, I legit started to feel like I was like reverted back to like the MLK days, bro. Like, segregated was a thing. Like, my last day, the day before I left Korea, I got on the subway, sat down, and a whole row of people moved away from me.
Yo.
So, like, I know it's to a point where it's like I shouldn't care, but
you care.
That shit, it hit. I'm just like, I'm vaccinated. I'm wearing my mask. I never did a club in Korea. So, like, all the foreigner, like, perceptions or the stereotypes that were put on foreigners, they didn't apply to me. And that's why in my head I'm like,
but I'm not this foreigner. Why are you treating me like this?
Yeah. It definitely did a lot to my mental. So I will say, before COVID, it was perfectly fine over there. Yes, I got bombarded with questions as far as, my hair and
people trying to touch you.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't mind being that person, because at the end of the day, I'm an educator overall. So I am all for trying to educate somebody. Now, unfortunately, there are YouTubers that make that a very bad light, where they're like, "Don't fucking touch me. I'm not no fucking monkey or animal." You don't have to be like that. You really don't.
I am. I personally.
I know your ass is, but we'll tackle you in a minute. But
I love how Midori's like, I know you.
I know she is. That's why I said it. But in the mainstream areas where foreigners are very prevalent to, like Tokyo or
they
Seoul,
won't touch you.
That's not a thing, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna touch you like that.
But some people do try. They do try it in those heavy foreign places where it's like, I know you've seen a black person before. This is Tokyo. This is Seoul. You know what I mean? But like, when you go other places, like when I went to the Penis Park in Korea,
the penis what?
The Penis Park, girl. Oh my god, penises for days. Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
Park.
Oh no.
Right? When I went there, that's a legit travel. That's like east of the island of Korea. So not too many black foreigners go out that way willingly by themselves. All right, I was an explorer. I was on some Dora the Explorer
shit.
Right? So when there was an old Ajima like saw my hair, she did ask. I will say, I never had somebody just reach and grab my hair. They've always been polite and asked me, and I educate them. Yes, sure, but I know my hoe completely different.
I was looking at my hoe just like.
And I'm gonna tell you about my experience. I have people ask to touch my hair, but as they're asking to touch my hair, they're already touching me.
See, no.
So it's like, oh, can I touch your hair?
But you already touched
it. In my head.
Yeah, no.
Or like when I first moved to where I'm living now, I was waiting outside for my senpai to come get me. We were supposed to be going somewhere, and one of my Japanese neighbors, she literally cuffed me from the back. And was like, wow, I like your hair. I almost turned around and hit her in the face. And
Thunderman, can you send your question one more time, please? Okay, continue, Maho.
I almost like hit her like in the face. And had I hit her, I would have been the bad person.
Oh my god.
She was the one who like violated my space. or I have had like this old woman in the store. I'm like literally minding my business, picking up some detergent, and she comes charging at me, telling me I got a wig on and shit, like all type of crazy shit, and it's all in Japanese, and she loud as fuck. And I'm like, bitch, you got a wig on? Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself.
Yeah, they don't do that in Korea. They don't do that in Korea. I will say.
let me tell you, it's the countryside too. You have to remember, we're living in the countryside.
When I was in Tokyo, it was the same thing. People not respecting my personal space. Like I feel like I like make examples of my students because they are all curious about my hair. I understand that, but like I had a bunch of girls, literally like 15-year-old girls, chase me down the hallway trying to touch my hair. And eventually they're like ganged up on me, so they started touching my hair, and then I just started rubbing one of my students' hair, and I'm like, oh my god, your hair's so straight, it's so black, like what the fuck? And she's like, oh my god, this is so weird. And I was like, it's weird, right? The same reason why you don't want me doing it to you is the same reason why I don't want you doing it to me. It's weird.
But that's you educating. That is a form of educating them. That you're teaching them the personal space of other cultures.
I give passes to children. I don't give passes to grown ass people.
Yeah.
Put your hands to your motherfucking self. It's one thing if my student is curious. It's another thing if a grown ass person decides that they want to make me experiment and put their hands in my hair. I don't even let other black people touch my hair. So what the fuck I feel okay with letting this Japanese person touch my hair?
Oh my god.
I will say,
but it's true though. It's just like as a black person, I was always told don't let people play in your hair. So what the fuck? Yeah, I think it's okay. You're not gonna play in my hair with your nasty ass hands. They do not wash their hands here.
They don't wash their hands. I didn't want to be that person, but yeah.
Pandaman,
they don't.
Pandaman, do you think it's a woman thing? I don't really understand the question. Can you ask, like, what was the first question? I'm sorry, you have to ask, like, the whole question over, because what you wrote is, I got questions. First is what, second is the heck. First is what, second is the heck. Because I'm a bit involved, so I don't know about this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean,
even guys, even guys, like
they will touch your hair.
As a black person, you're going to get asked about your hair because again,
it's
they're ignorant to it.
Yeah,
they only know what they see online.
Yeah,
and
most
like I said, I will be that person if I need to disprove everything that they've seen online, just because
the thing that
they see that as a Bible, like YouTube.
It's right. What I'll say, I've had experiences like Midori, and I've had experiences with like Maho. Like mostly with Midori, like your experience, Midori. My students, I don't have a problem. Like my students are genuinely curious and like, oh my god, just Sensei, you did this? Like, how did you do that? That's so cool, or whatever.
Did you do that? Yeah.
And even like if they touch my hair, like if I touch my students' hair, they're totally fine with it. They're like, oh yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
They're just like,
I braided my students' hair before.
Me too, actually.
Because that's what I had. Like, you know, I did the twist. I did
like
the
braided one of my students' hair, and they're like, oh, and I was like, yeah. But it couldn't.
She
it didn't.
Did not take that braid down for nothing. I was like, girl, baby, you got to take this down and wash.
her hair was too short. I only did like a part of it, and it was pulling out. I'm like, if you had like an elastic band or something, I could keep it, but like it was just pulling out because her hair is so straight.
Yeah.
But like, and then I have the situations where I'm like, this happened like on Friday. I was walking downstairs. This new teacher I've never met before. She's like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and she immediately goes to touch my hair out of no fucking where. And I'm just like, I was just so shocked that we were walking down the fucking stairs. I was like, so you're introducing yourself, and she's already like in my hair saying, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Your hair is so cool." I'm just like, and I back up a little, and I'm looking at her like,
I just wish there was a job that I could do. Like I can be like a foreign like awareness instructor that I can just go to like different. I can go to jobs and just be like, hold like a seminar for these people so they know like that's not okay.
My students, but I do not give passes to adults.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Had you did the same exact thing she did to you, Josh, she would have been like, running back to the office like that AOT crazy. Like,
She would,
did you know
she
she
would,
touched me?
she would be so
Yeah.
fun. They're like, oh my god, that's so weird. I'm like, girl, that's
Yeah.
weird
So
too.
I give passes to my students because I understand there's curiosity,
Yeah.
but there's a way to go about it. Like I dated a Japanese man for 4 years, and he asked me 2 questions about my hair. 2. He asked me first, was my braids dreads? Because that's what they think.
Yeah. All braids are
He was
dreads,
like,
and they're
"Are
like,
those
nah.
dreads?" And I had to explain to him what braids were. He got
Yeah.
that. And then he saw my natural hair in its curly state. And I explained to him, like, this is what my hair looked like. And I told him, he was like, oh, cool. Ain't never asked me any more questions. And he understood that I sleep with a bonnet and he shouldn't touch my hair.
He got it. He's like, all right, this is my girlfriend. This is what she does.
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
Damn. Got it.
I had like a whole like rant on my hair because they were like so flabbergasted that we don't wash our hair every day.
Oh my god.
And stuff like, you know, like stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff I don't mind doing.
It's annoying to me sometimes, especially when they think it's gross or like, oh, that's dirty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that to me is so annoying because I'm like, you do not understand the differences between hair, and you never had to, but you cannot expect black people to go by your standards of grooming. Like if we washed our hair every single day like you did, our hair would be fucking damaged and dry. You know,
But that's what helped explain it, was the fact that like you think your hair is dirty when you have so much oil in it, right? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't have that oil. My hair don't make oil like that. They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, you know, so like having to break it down to like that, then it's like, okay, then I understand you're not dirty. It's just your hair doesn't get dirty like ours. And I'm like,
One time, like when I first started teaching here, there was an incident at my school, like where
there's
I
another
had
question here.
used some coconut hair products in my hair. And my students were like saying I stink and I smell bad because I use these coconut hair products.
These kids wild.
And this is going to like, and this goes back to like, there's no support at the school, like for bullying teachers and stuff is allowed. So the teachers knew. They came to me and was like, oh, Wilson Sensei, your hair is distracting the students because, you know, it smells like coconut. And I'm like, but the way it was like, she was like, do you wear perfume? I'm like, no, I never put on perfume because I have allergies. And she was like, well, it must be your hair then. Like, you should stop wearing that. And I told my school, I was like, if y'all want me to change the stuff I put in my hair, then y'all need to give me a $200 hair budget. Because I put all my things in.
Maho was like, give me that $200.
I love you.
Maho was like, you want me to change?
Like, do you want me to teach them a seminar on like black hair and the difference of it? She said no. And I said, well, then don't ask me what to do with my hair. And because I'm petty, because I am petty.com, that next day I made sure that I put even more coconut hair products in my hair. I was like, the only way they're going to get used to it is through exposure.
Yeah. No, to answer your question, one and only, I can only speak on the rules of Korea. And as a foreigner, you just can't. As far as physical confrontation, that's how you get it. They will swipe your ID, your resident ID, and your passport, and deport you.
I'm gonna just say this:
as foreigners, and their people know that. Koreans do know that, so they will attempt to
get an
poke the bear
altercation
in a sense, just so you can get deported, because they know that you can't touch them.
Going to Japanese jail, you might never be heard from again.
Yeah. Don't get locked up over here in Japan.
Nah,
go. Don't do that.
Let them get you deported. Deport your ass. Don't get locked up here.
Deport would be the
safe way, because you might never be heard from again. Japanese. So let me just be honest with you.
The laws are just so kind of weird because, like, if you get caught with like a substance, like let's say weed, like somehow you got weed in Korea, right? You're like for real done. But you can like have a relationship with the student, or
and you just get a pat on the wrist. You won't go to jail. The most they will do is like change you from the school. Like you'll stop working for a while, and then the teacher will come back into the school. That's literally happened in here. And that's just wild.
The justice system is kind of weird.
It's not weird. It's dumb as fuck.
It doesn't make sense.
I have had teachers been like, "Oh, now he's going to high school. He's, you know," and I'm like, Bitch, what are you talking about? That's a
No,
child.
that's a child.
Oh God.
And
It's
like,
Like, yeah.
But yeah.
it's-
or like where you can see like a teacher like flirting with the students, and it's like it's the creepiest stuff ever.
You can go to the police, but they legit will say, "Well, what were you doing that caused
Yeah.
it?" Like
They will try to
they
make
will
you
take
the
side
issue.
of their. Yeah, they.
And
Even
this is
if you
another
report
thing.
it first, you're still
Yeah.
the problem.
And this is the thing you should also
Unfortunately.
remember. If you don't speak the language, you extra fucked. Because they can lie on
extra
your ass. They can say any wild shit they want. And even when you do speak the language, they're more likely to take the side of their own national than a fucking foreigner. And when people say, oh no, but a police won't, that's a fucking lie. Don't
No.
listen to them
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
I
That's a
legit had
lie.
to be a witness for a military person because Korean like legit kept poking the bear, and he like legit like gave him one good hit, like, yo, back off, and they tried to go after him, and I legit had to step in and speak Korean for him because he, as a military person, they don't put that, they don't learn the language as a priority. So I legit was letting him know, like, yo, they're lying and saying you started this whole mess. So I like had to try and be like that middleman for that guy.
Yeah.
Because
and if you weren't
they
there, he
were
was
legit
fucked.
taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
If I weren't there, I'm pretty sure he would have been in a whole chaos of mess with the Korean government and the U.S. government.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just if you go over there, remove yourself.
Woo.
Remove yourself. Don't try it.
Confrontation, don't do it. Even if you know you're the fighter or whatever, you have to protect yourself because these people will fuck with you. They really will.
Yeah.
They really will.
And they will lie on you.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They will lie on your
Yeah,
ass.
no, like police here in Japan, first of all, like if they lock you up, like always keep your residence card on you. Like always keep like your identification on you, because if they can lock you up, they will. And in Japan, you do not get one phone call, so you just get poofed, and that's it. Like,
and nobody know you just disappear. That's why they disappear.
You don't get a phone call. And in Japan, got a 99.99 conviction rate. It is not because they are, accurately convicting these people.
Nope. It's that they don't give a shit.
Worse than America. If they put their eyes and sights on you, and you go to jail here, you don't go to jail. Like you don't disappear.
Yeah. Whether you were wrong or not, that's just your jail time. It is what it is. So as Morten said, humble yourself. Don't, if somebody throw a big chat to you, if somebody giving you like aggression, back off. Most of these Japanese people ain't gonna do shit. Most of them is just chat. Yeah, they not about the heat like that. They're all talk. They're not about the heat like that. No. They really not. They're unconfrontational people. If you thinking somebody being disrespectful to you or whatever shit, take it. Don't hit anybody. Don't get physical. Don't do any of that shit. You gonna get fucked. Especially if you don't know the language. Do not fuck yourself over like that. Do not do that shit.
Sexual assault here, like I told you guys, I had
don't even get me started on
really bad. And one of the things that kept me from like going to the police was because like I felt like even if I reported it, they kind of would have been like, "Oh, what can we do about it?"
I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I will say I did do the police route, and it was more like victim blaming. Like, what did you do? What were you wearing? So
your outfit has anything to do with you getting sexually assaulted. Like, what the fuck? But that is how they. So I mean,
that's unfortunately, as women, I would just stay in groups. That is the biggest thing I would say from my experiences with how bad it was. Is just stay in groups. Don't go home by yourself. Like if you're gonna go out drinking and you gotta get in that taxi, have your friends spend the night and just stay with each other. Like, always have a witness. As a woman, it sucks.
I would also say always have a sober friend with you. Like honestly, always have a sober friend with you. You never know the type of shit that will happen. People will take you home. Like have that sober friend with you.
In Japan, that's really bad here. Like I think it's the same in Korea. I think the men might be more aggressive in Korea, but they definitely believe in trying to chug you up, fill you up with a bunch of liquor, to have consensual sex with you
and take you away. And you know what's gonna happen?
Fuck boys are everywhere.
Yeah, fuck boys are everywhere.
But
Rapists
I think
everywhere.
I think
Rapists
it's
are
more
everywhere.
prominent in Asian cultures because what I was told was because a lot of Asian girls they have to have the excuse to have casual sex.
Uh-huh.
So the liquor comes into play as, oh, that's her excuse. So like if her friends be like, why did you leave with that guy? She can be like, oh, I was drunk.
And I'm just
Even though
like,
she wanted to have sex with him, you know, like they need that excuse. But you know, like but for me, it's like I'm a grown woman. If I want to have sex with you, I want to have sex with you.
exactly. I ain't
Do
gonna
what
be
I
the
wanna
cute.
do.
I'm not gonna do the
You
cutesy
know.
thing like, oh no, that's not me. Oh my god, that's the Japanese way.
Yeah,
Acting like
so
you
I
just like
Yeah.
blamed you. They would raise hell out to get the predator in jail.
Yep.
Well, I was getting stalked here, and the cops told me like once he attacks you, please let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty
Oh
much like,
my
you
god.
can't do anything if he's stalking you,
Stalk
but
you.
as soon as he touches you, we
Let
might
us
be
know.
able, not even
Yeah.
for sure, we
If
might
you
be able to
survive
help
it,
you.
please let us know.
Yeah, if you survive the attack, maybe we will be able to do something for you. One and only said, never understood that. When did the world get together and decided to give men the pass when it comes to not controlling their shit? Blaming what she is wearing irks me. Honestly, because that's not even a fucking excuse. I could be in booty shorts and a tank top. It does not mean I want you to fuck
with
me.
what I wear.
Exactly. I'm just like,
Very
what?
humble with what I wear. So
Exactly.
that's why it hurt me even more that I was just like, I went to a bar with my friend in t-shirt and jeans, like, and
it still
some Nike
happens.
shoes, bro.
Exactly.
Like, and it still happened. So
it's just like no matter what you wear, like that's the stupidest excuse. Like, do not ask me what I wear. I could be fucking naked. It doesn't mean I want you to fuck me, bitch. If I wanted you to fuck me, you would have known. I don't. Fuck off.
Like I said,
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm a grown woman about my
love
shit.
It's chill.
I
I
love
don't
it.
need to hide about it.
If I wanted your dick, you would have been in this pussy. But I don't.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's
Let it,
true.
you know, say
If
your
I
shit.
wanted that
Speak
dick,
it.
it would be in the pussy. But I don't. So bye. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But like I think they have it like in Korea. I feel like the men are more aggressive though. Like I literally when I was in Korea, I seen this man like literally finger fuck this woman on the floor, and she was completely like gone. Like and all of and like the thing, and this is misogynist behavior everywhere. Because I'm not gonna just say that it's
not an
Korean
Asian
men.
thing. Yeah, it's not an Asian
It's not
thing.
Asian. It's
It's
not
not.
isolated to them. But
Yeah.
like I feel like men in Japan are like they're more like bitches. So they like if you give him a stern like fuck off, he gonna back off. But Korean guys, nah. They gonna keep coming for more. And they can speak more English too, so Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't that a fucking true? Yes.
I love
yes.
it. I love it.
But it's almost time for us to like get on off of here.
I was gonna say because it's late for you guys.
Yeah, it's been like
I got a
almost
convention
3
to get
hours.
Cosplayed up on. I gotta get
Oh,
ready.
you're gonna do cosplay? What's happening today? What's happening
Today's a convention this weekend. So
the St. Louis convention, right? The St. Louis anime one.
Yep.
Oh,
Yay.
what are you cosplaying?
Today I'm doing Videl from DBZ, and then tomorrow I'm doing my new cosplay as Toph from Last Airbender. So.
Oh, nice! I can't wait to
taking
see.
Pictures.
I will be
My
looking.
boyfriend's a photographer, so he will be taking pictures.
Oh,
making me look all
nice!
sauced up.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to see. And we should definitely do this again. Like we didn't even get to talk about everything. Like this was really fun. Yeah. This was just a little bit. Like damn, the highlights. You guys got the highlights. We'll plan again and do another one.
Yeah.
Good to know men are terrible everywhere.
I will definitely be. I will say it here on stream. I will wake up even earlier just so y'all can get on here earlier. Because it was like midnight for these bitches, and my girl John was like, "I took a nap."
Yeah, I had to. Like my Japanese friend literally invited me over to her house, and her mom made me a whole fucking Japanese meal, and then had chocolate fondue and that shit. Girl, I was at their house there like, And they're like, but you have a thing at 12. And I'm like, yeah, and I was already falling asleep there. I'm like, nah, bitch. So I literally got home, took off my clothes, put on my shorts, and hopped in the bed. And I was out like a fucking light. I was out. I was gone. Out like a fucking light. Out like a light.
Sure,
I was
see?
gone. I was
Well,
gone. dude.
definitely we will do this again, and you guys feel free to like reach out to any one of us to
Yeah.
ask, like, post questions if you have questions.
Yeah.
These two are experts for Japan.
Yes.
I will say I know some things about.
No,
you
you
know,
the
Korea
expert of
and whatnot.
Korea. And like, if you guys want more details on how to like set up for the JET program, like how is the competition, or like what you should write on like your application form, or like what questions do they ask? Like the questions they ask in Japan, in Jamaica may be different from the questions they ask in
Yeah,
America.
I can definitely give you more insight about the JET application process for America,
And I
what
can do
I
for
did
Jamaica and the
my essay
Caribbean. Yeah, yes, exactly. And if there were any question, sorry, there's one last question. I almost missed it. How was your experience been for me? And when you're visiting Jamaica, I might be coming to Jamaica in the summer, so look out for that. And how has your experience been in Japan? I will say my first 2 years here was really good. My last year here has been atrocious. I can say that I have gone through so much shit in like just the last couple of months. Like depressing shit. Like to the point where like I didn't want to move. I couldn't even clean my house. Like Mama knows. Like I think we were going through depressing shit at the same time. It was so
Me and Mama
fucking
would call
bad.
each other like back to back when I was in Korea, just to get us out of our heads for just that hour of conversation.
It was so
because the
sad.
mental
Like
state was
it was
bad.
so bad because I couldn't even talk to anybody about it because I was so, it's such a depressing thing. And like I'm just getting back used to like talking to my friends again, because I wasn't really talking to people. I was really like distant and shit. So it was like I'm
I
just
snapped
getting
on my Facebook. I was, because a lot of people, like, I post pictures of the adventures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So of course everybody
It looks
sees
hunky
online
dory.
presence.
Yeah.
It looks like you're having the time
Time
of your life.
life.
And it's like,
And you
I
don't
have
know.
to sacrifice my mental state for these pictures.
Yeah. The last year here has been honestly one of the worst years, and I've seen the worst parts of Japan and Japanese people in general. Like like there's so many shit like we haven't even got into, like race, like passive aggressiveness of Japanese people goes so fucking far. Let me be the first to tell you, Japanese people talk shit about you even if they in your face saying they love you. Please understand that shit. They talking the worst shit too. They talking the worst shit. And they're the type of people that will get close to you to find out the shit you're doing so they can talk shit about you more. Please understand.
Yes.
I learned that
the
hard
they're
way.
Like the worst frenemies ever, because like they seem so
genuine and then they're not.
And they really just want to fucking like sabotage you.
Yes.
Like,
I actually got sabotaged, guys.
And then you got that one friend who like, oh, I don't know, and they're the whole reason why everybody hates your ass.
Guys, I got sabotaged, and I still don't know the bitch who did that. But if I ever find that bitch, but I did get sabotaged. But we not going to talk about it because that's a whole. That's a next time.
I would say we can reconvene next month. We'll make it a monthly thing. What up?
Yeah, we can reconvene with monthly, like stay up late, get up early. Like it's a once a month thing, guys.
I do that for you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Give us more questions.
Yes, give us more questions so we can lift the tea. Cause trust me, the tea is piping hot over here, and you need to hear it. You need to hear the truth, unfiltered and live. We not edited. We just saying shit right now.
No editing.
No editing.
So on my stream in. Maho, real quick before I let you go, can you tell these lovely people where can they find you?
Yes, please tell them.
Find me where?
Like,
girl, you got a social presence. Stop your assness.
If you have a social presence,
plug your links, girl.
Yeah, plug yourself.
Okay, you can follow me on my Instagram account, like I do not really be on social media. I'm one of the people who like watch social media and like yeah.
Girl, you trying to
What's
show
the
you,
name you
you
is? They
your
can't see that.
phone is blurry.
Okay,
You
y'all can
you
follow me on my
don't worry,
Instagram.
guys. I have it on my Twitter. It's at Hoggy
Her.
slash
At Hoggy.
underscore love. Yes, I will. It's on my Twitter. Yes, as well. So if
Lord
you guys want to
Jesus.
follow her at what's it
I'll
called?
be sure to add all you guys. Like, I don't really like scream or anything, but this was so fun.
That's her
and I
Instagram.
couldn't help myself but to do this with these guys.
She actually came up with the idea, guys, and I was like, "This is so
I
fucking
did.
good."
I'm the common link between them.
Yes, yes. Wait, Midori, come back in my chat so I can shout you out. Okay, there you are. Okay, I'm gonna shout out Midori right now. Midori right now.
got you.
You can
Yes.
you can go check
Dad,
her
hold
out.
on, Dad. You do this. You do your. Let them know
Oh,
where
like-
they can find you.
Okay, hold on. We're seeing your clip right now. You can go check out this
what
beautiful. I don't know which one.
Yes.
That's when I was in Korea.
It was when you were in Korea. Oh,
think
I
was
see the Korean
crying.
flag. Oh my god, you were crying. What happened? You are
What
crying.
clip is- I think it's. I just love, bro. The stream love.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh,
That,
that's
or it
cute.
was like around my birthday or something. I was just, mental states be real overseas, okay?
No, 100% be so fucking real. Oh, Midori, go back. Switch back.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck it, boo.
You guys can follow me at twitch.tv Jaming JAMING 876, which is the Jamaican area code. If you didn't know.
Hey.
If you didn't know,
If
now
you didn't know, you know now. And you can also follow me on Twitter at, let me just go get my Twitter at, because I don't remember it like I remember my Twitch.
That's hilarious.
It is. You can follow me at JAH_QUELLA at Jakella. Yes, you can follow me there if you want to, keep up with Ja. I do have some things that I am planning to do over Golden Week. I've decided not to leave in Golden Week because everything I want to do in Golden Week is going to be a lot of people, and my boyfriend is not here. I don't have no rich man here to like spend crazy amount of money on me. Be like, oh, let me just do this for you, Ja. I don't have that. So I'm just like, I don't want to go. I don't want to pay a lot of money to go with crowds of people. I already plan to do like some stuff later on, but like this is in school time, so I can have fun with not a crazy amount of people. So I'm planning a lot of things to do in Golden Week. I'll be exploring my prefecture and stuff too. So I'm gonna be having fun, and I'm gonna be streaming a lot. So keep up to date.
Check her out.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
I like it.
I love it. I love it. This is so much fun.
Guys. We have to do this again. Get y'all some sleep.
Yeah, the wild thing is, I have another collab at 5 in the morning. I did not realize that I double booked myself. I fucked up. So I'm actually super awake right now. I'm like, I'm up. I'm here.
Are you gonna continue streaming?
Nah, I'm gonna take another nap and then come back on. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take another nap and then come back on at 5 to do the second part of the stream. So you guys, I'm gonna be on here for a while. I'm gonna be here.
Alrighty, babes. We love y'all, but I'm gonna leave the studio.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
go ahead. Bye. See you. Thank you for having me on so much. It was a really great time. Yes, sure. I will see you. How do I end this? I don't know. How do I end this? I don't see the end button. I see mute, start cam, settings, and share. The fuck? Hold on. Oh, I have to. Oh, okay. Wait, I still don't see it. What the fuck?
Just close the tab.
All right, bye. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Not me not knowing what to do. I'm like, how do I do this now? Oh gosh, that's so funny. Guys, I hope you had a great time with this podcast. I seriously enjoyed it, and I can't wait to do the next one. You could have pressed leave studio. I didn't see that. You saw that? Well, I didn't see it. Well, you know, we live and we learn, and next time I'll know how to do it better. So yeah, it was a really good podcast. I really enjoyed it. I think we talked about a lot of shit. I can't wait for the next one. Like, guys, I got so many stories that I didn't get to say. She has not changed, and I'm glad. It is who I am. I can't change the person I am. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This is who I am. It is the person that I am. Love me, hate me. This is the person I will die as. Super informational and lovely. You ladies are dope. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, one and only. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed it. We will definitely have another one next month, because yeah, we can't be waking up or staying up this late on like a regular basis. But next time, hashtag Black Experience abroad. Yes, 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 because I do really think it's important to like talk about my experience here, like very unfiltered, and not like in the YouTube sense where everything I'm going to be like editing out, like, oh no, I can't say this, or I can't do this, or whatever. I do like the live thing with Twitch. I really do think that an unfiltered, honest opinion is really good to have, because you really do need to understand your expectations with living abroad in Japan. I will say this, my expectations were very biased because of the first month that I spent here when I was in university, and then the YouTube videos that I watched, it was skewed. It was a very skewed perception of Japan. And my first 2 years here were great, but I feel like the bad part of Japan just showed itself in the last part. I was like, damn, y'all motherfuckers really got me. Y'all really made me think that y'all were better, but y'all not. Y'all are fucking not. Y'all really aren't. Oh my gosh. But you know, I really do enjoy just talking about like our experience and helping people stay informed about shit. So if you really do want to live here, or you want to come here, I can like share the ways in which you can do this, or like what to expect when you come here. LOL, I could have told you it was gonna suck. It's not that it that's the thing too. Living in Japan as a whole has not sucked. Like, my first 2 years here was really great. The last part of it though, like a lot of the things that really got underneath my skin, you have to experience it yourself first. Hi Christian, what's up? Welcome. We just finished the podcast basically. We basically just wrapped. I'm basically just doing a wrap up of it all. But yeah. Yeah, it's more like the things in Japan that really irk me are things that you have to live here to experience. And these are not the things that I usually see YouTubers talk about. Oh my fucking god, Midori, you did not just do that shit. Oh my god. Midori, get out of the fucking chat. No, Midori. Oh my gosh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Get the fuck out. Who is Big Daddy Rachel? I love that. Oh my goodness. Girl, I appreciate you so fucking much. Thank you so much. Look at them, an anonymous viewer. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Midori. I appreciate that. I hope you have fun at the convention today. Go slay that fucking cosplay. Get it, girl. I can't wait to see the pictures. Make sure you guys check out Midori. Make sure you check her out. She's an amazing creator and cosplayer. But yeah. Hey. Oh my goodness. I was happy to meet you. Me too. Guys, like, no cap, this is the longest I've talked to Midori. We basically just met. One and only out here is like, oh, Midori just gifted sub, but she don't have a sub. Let me fix that. One and only, thank you fucking so much. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so... Thank you. I really do appreciate that. You guys are... My little heart. Oh, my little heart. I will cry. How like, right? But yeah, Midori and I literally, we've only been talking in DMs to set this up. This is the first time we've actually held a conversation. Like actually held a real conversation. Like a long ass conversation. And I must say, I felt like this is my homegirl from like years. For like years. It was such a pleasure just talking to you and Maho. It was so much fun. I enjoyed the fucking shit out of it. I can't wait to do this again. Hey, yes, Zerlance. Yes. Thank you. Can't wait for the next talk. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk more about like story times. Cause oh god, guys, the stories. I want to get to the story times about the passive aggressive, underhanded shit people will do. That you need to be aware. But that's for another time. That is for me. We're in what? April? That's for May. We'll have those talks in May. Yeah, that's a May time. Okay. So, I had a lot of fun, guys. I'm gonna go take a nap, and then I will be back here to stream at 5 a.m. my time, which is like, it's like, oh my god, it's 3 in the morning. I'm gonna take a nap, and I'm gonna come back at 5 a.m. It's 3 right now, so like 2 hours or whatever. I'm gonna be back here streaming again. I'm gonna be having a Crab Games collab. Thank you for the Ane-sama, Zerlance. So I'm gonna be having a Crab Games collab like right after. It's okay to cancel? Nah, it's okay. I already made the commitment to do it and it's fine. I double booked and you know, it's fine. I already made the commitment that I'm gonna do them both. I might just like not do. That's dedication. That's you fucking up and not trying to be the bad villain or whatever. But I think they would understand. But I do want to try out Crab Games. I've never played before. Hopefully, I'll have fun with the collab. But yeah, we're gonna see how that works. So I'll see you guys again if you were back in cancel. Stop telling me to fucking cancel. Stop it. Stop telling me to cancel. No. I'm gonna do the fucking thing. Zerlance. No. Let me fuck up my sleep schedule and stream again. Cause that's what it's about to be. I'm about to fuck up my sleep schedule again. To do this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's rate someone. So if you guys are free and if you guys are free in the next 2 hours or whatever, you know, come hit your girl up. I'll be streaming Crab Games in a collab. Yeah. With cool ass people. Do. Okay. Who should we raid? Is there anyone in particular that you guys want to raid? Let me know if you guys have any suggestions. I do have some friends that we could raid. Cool ass people. More VTubers. For anyone here who is not familiar with VTubers, let me show you the world. Let me show you a whole new world. Let me just give you a new experience today. You know what? We're gonna raid Ray. Alright, mine. Alright. She is a frog VTuber. She is adorable. And the raid message shall be Big Sis Sends Love. And okay, there you are. Big Sis Sends Love. Copy, guys. Copy it. We're gonna send that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope you get the shit done. Have a good Saturday, guys. Yeah, she's a frog VTuber. Yes, she's fucking adorable. She has 2 farms. I'm not sure if you'll be seeing both of them. She's playing Among Us right now. So, you know, just go experience VTubers. Yeah, go experience it. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you for staying. I'm glad that I saw a lot of my friends, my IRL friends in the chat. I never get to do this because it's usually such different time zones. So I'm really happy. And I'm glad that I met some new people in chat as well that asked questions. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, one and only, for, being such an active part in the conversation as well. I appreciate that. And I hope you guys were able to learn something new and, enjoy the podcast as well. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. And if you see me streaming later on today, come and stop by and say hi. I'd love to see you. And have a great day. Bye bye. And we stop.